I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Good morning, everybody. Live from the Xfinity Studios. Happy Friday. A 4 for 4 Friday. It's a football Friday, but it's a 4 for 4 Friday in a lot of ways because the Phillies wrap up their regular season this weekend against the Twins. Walker Buehler will pitch tonight. It's going to be an important start for him because actually, Nola tonight? My bad. Nola's tonight. I had Buehler on the brain because I actually think he's going to wind up being a big piece to this playoff roster and this playoff thing that's going to hit next week. But it's the end of the season. It's like, wow, they're 162. We're at 159. And all of a sudden it's here, and next week is the playoffs. So we got a lot to unpack with the Phillies ending it. Overall, sensational year, right? Like this season, like if you just look at the season, obviously it'll get written in stone after the playoffs and whatever happens. But if you just look at the regular season, spectacular. I mean, they've dealt with adversity. You've lost, Wheeler and Turner for stretches. Bryce doesn't have a huge year. You've had a lot of different things happen. And you're going to win the NL East with relative ease. You're going to be the second best record in baseball, right? You're only 2 games behind the Brewers for the best record in National League. I mean, look, it's a great year. It's just a great year. We saw Schwarber entertain us with the long ball. What a season he had. It was just fun. I think a fun season. I ultimately think Rob Thompson did a spectacular job as the manager of this team. Now, again, everything will be rewritten in the playoffs. Like, that's the ultimate editing that happens to a season, what happens in the playoffs. But if you just take for the regular season by itself, it was a spectacular regular season. So I want to discuss that today. Also, Eagles, Buccaneers. The Eagles are leaving this morning to head down to Tampa to get acclimated to the heat. It's going to be 98 Sunday. It's going to feel a lot hotter with all the humidity. So they're leaving early to get used to it. Although I don't know how you get used to that, man. Playing football in 98-degree weather with that kind of humidity is brutal. Absolutely brutal. So good news with on the injury front in this sense that it looks like everybody else is going to play. Dory Jackson, I think he's going to go. I still think Ringo starts, but I think you're going to have a Dory Jackson. I think he's going to play. Campbell, huge. Bond, huge. Bond's going to lug around that brace, but having them in the lineup is going to be big. The Buccaneers, they're banged up. Now, they're going to get some reinforcements back. Tristan Wirfs, who is their really good tackle, and they had to have their center kick out the tackle. So Wirfs practiced yesterday. So that's a big deal for Tampa. It kind of fixes their offensive line. Now, Godwin did not practice. So he was a non-participant. So I'm curious what his status is. Right now he's listed officially as questionable. We'll see if he's ready to go. But they're already down Evans. He's not going to play. So, it's going to be Igbuka and a lot of other guys. Miller, right? You're going to have that, like a lot of the backups. So even Baker didn't practice yesterday. I might assume he had a bicep thing. So he sat out yesterday. He's banged up. Everybody's banged up going into the game. I look at this game simply as a gravy game. You ask me right now how they fare, and for a team that has won 19 of 20, it's hard to pick against them ever. Like, I can see them going down and exercising the demons. I can totally see them win the game. And I can also see the flip side. Like, I don't really have a good feel. My intellectual view of it is a probable loss. You struggle in Tampa. You got to deal with Todd Bowles. You're a little dinged. But if you tell me the Eagles win and win by double digits, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think this Bucs team is great, but they're not the best matchup. I could see Bucky Irving going off a little bit. It's the game will come down to whether or not Jalen can handle the blitz. It's as simple as that. I think Saquon will get on track a little bit, but it's going to come down to whether or not Jalen can have success down the field. Their secondary is not good. It's not a great secondary. There are plays to be made. So, again, Jalen should have success throwing the ball. In fact, we did Cousins Corner last night with the brain, and we were looking at certain props, and we saw that Jalen's passing yard prop is 190 yards. And to me, that's got to be an over. Like, you should be able to make plays down the field against his defense, but it's going to be how you navigate the blitz. Are you ready for all those pressures? That's where the game will be decided. Again, you have all these factors, the heat, you're coming off of that electric win. And this league is so crazy. The Eagles are probably as impervious to anyone to this league thing. Like we saw last night in Arizona. The Cardinals are getting demolished, right? Seattle should be up by 3 touchdowns. Somehow they're still in the game. And then Marvin Harrison, who struggled mightily, right, with Kyler Murray. Murray throws 2 picks. He looks awful. They connect for a touchdown. And they somehow hold Seattle to a field goal. They then score a game-tying touchdown at 20-20. There's a missed field goal, excuse me. It was 20-13. Seattle misses a 52-yard field goal. And then Tampa goes down and scores. Their offense was horrible. They go down and score. It's 20-20. And then Seattle gets a big play, and they're able to kick a game-winning field goal at the end. But it's this league. That's why a game like Sunday is one of those, I don't have a real good feel of it. It could be a little weird. And again, the Todd Bowles blitz thing is going to be at the forefront. But overall, for me, the game doesn't matter. Like, I'm not going to feel any way whether they win or lose. I'm at the point with them. Like, I saw the offense awaken against the Rams, which is a really good defense. So I'm pretty satiated there. Obviously, you want to see certain things. But there's nothing that can happen in this game that's going to shake me and go, oh, my God. They're the elite of the NFC. Now, we'll see how far the Packers are from them or Detroit is from them. But the Eagles are the elites of the NFC. And, no matter what happens on Sunday. Meanwhile, Sixers, another injury. We'll talk to Derek Bodner from all PHLY Sixers at the media day today. And on the eve of media day, McCain suffers a UCL injury in his thumb. So now he's out. This team is cursed. Somebody said yesterday on Twitter, they're cursed. And maybe it was the process karma that came back to roost. But whatever it is, they are absolutely cursed, VG.
Doomed, I say. This is how the Sixers go, dude. It's not the first day of media day, and we're dealing with an injury already.
Did you get the pagan and do some spells?
She's not powerful enough for this, dude. This would take a coven. We would need at least a dozen or so warlocks and witches. And
oh, yeah?
I would think.
Do they do together, the warlock and the witch?
She doesn't.
They mix them up.
They're all mixed together.
They are?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do the mix, the warlock mix.
Yeah, you know this?
I know some warlocks and some witches.
His mom dabbles in the world.
My mom is a witch.
Oh, your mom's a witch?
She is.
Oh, your mom's a witch? Your wife's a witch?
Yeah. Pagan and my mom would actually be like best friends, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna take something larger than the witches for this team. It's you can't even write the storyline. The season hasn't even started, and they have an injury already.
Unbelievable, dude.
To a guy who was out all year. Like
There is a storyline to this thumb injury, and it goes back to the release of the black jersey. So when they did their ad campaign for the black jersey, a picture came out of Jared McCain, and it circulated the internet, and everybody has been talking about it because he's
I
sitting
saw
here
it. It's
at
hysterical.
a bench press with weights that looks like 5-pound weights.
They got like 10 pounds on
So
the bar
people,
behind me.
people were making fun of him because, wow, they did him dirty. He's standing
like,
next
why-
to like 5-pound weights.
Why is he bench pressing 2.5 pounds?
He then responds. He then responds with a TikTok using like a 2-pound weight doing curls. Then the day after, he gets the thumb injury.
Oh,
He was messing around with the universe.
Oh, no.
Too
Dude.
busy TikToking.
Oh, stop. Oh. Listen, I love the fact the kid's a TikTok star, but come on, bro. I need you healthy, man.
Why?
Like, you can't get involved with people and just go into the lab, as Ben Simmons would say,
Right.
and do something. Just leave. They're killed already. The season hasn't even started.
Hasn't even started. Drama, injuries. Quentin Grimes, what's he doing? He's asking for like 30 mil a year. They want to pay him 10. Like, what?
Yeah,
what's
no,
going
come on, bro.
on?
But by the way, come on, Crimes.
I know.
I mean, stop, man. It ain't worth $30 million a year.
Dude, where's our trigger sound, dude? We need our trigger word.
It's
It's the first day. It's media day. We
I have to
got triggers.
re-download it to get it. Yeah.
I can't take it. They are. You got to get the witches together.
Oh, dude.
Something has to happen.
Mm.
Oh my God! All right,
They're owned by almost like a demon.
I know.
Josh Harris feels like a demon.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
yeah.
it's
Josh Harris is a
terrible.
demon.
That sucks.
Yeah,
All right.
mighty forces.
All right, lots to unpack besides Sixers Media Day.
Mm.
Let me go Phillies with you first because this is it. Wrap up 162 VG,
Yeah. Enjoy the weekend.
and then
Sunday's
it's on.
Sunday's a great day. The fan appreciation day down there is always a fun day. Lots of cool giveaways. Appreciate it. Enjoy the weekend. Let's hope for a couple home runs
Yeah.
and get
Home
ready.
runs.
Take a week off. Get ready for some playoff baseball.
So, how do you view this season? Like the regular season?
Yeah.
We don't understand
I thought
the postscript of the postseason.
it was a great season. I mean, second best record in the National League. Ton of drama, a ton of ups and downs, but they got through it. Yeah, I thought it was a fun, really good season. I feel really good about this Phillies team. I don't know. So going into playoffs, I'm satisfied. I'm okay paying my extra 12% next
Right,
year on my tickets. Yeah, I'm good. I feel like they
It's
did us
weird
all
though.
right.
You know what the underlying feeling is though, is that as good as the season was, and same thing you did, like Schwarber, I was entertained by it. The Phillies are our nightly friend
Yeah.
that we live with every day, right? Like comes over the house,
Mhm.
turn them on. The Phillies are over the house. It doesn't matter until what happens next week.
Oh, we already see the rumblings.
Like, nothing
If they go
matters.
out early, Topper's fired.
Right.
I mean, they're already talking about that on the internet, on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, like nothing matters. Like that's what's wrong with baseball, but it'll never get fixed that way. That you're going to play 162 games, have a very good record, and yet it's unsettled with this team.
You're going to have a 5-game
That-
series, and if they go out, if
Right,
they-
in 5 games, and you could be playing the Dodgers, and truthfully, 5-game series against the Dodgers is a coin flip.
total coin flip. And if he goes out against the Dodgers, if they go out against the Dodgers, I mean, you can't. That's not a Topper thing. The Dodgers are the 1 or 2 best team in the National League. If they go out against the Mets, man,
Well, but
and there's a
again,
concern.
I don't think the
Then
Mets.
I think he's in
don't
trouble.
think the Mets have any magic. Now, who knows? Yeah, they could turn on their black magic, but I don't foresee,
think so either.
I don't foresee it. I think it's going to be Phillies Dodgers, and I think it's going to be white knuckle 5-game series,
Ooh, can't wait.
and that 5-game series will dictate whether the last 6 months were any good.
I just have,
right?
yeah, Big Farce Jones is in chat. Finish the job where Slopper's unemployed.
Oh man,
Brutal.
it is right because
Brutal.
people are going to want to
They're
see
going in
change.
with a bye. After they
Slopper.
lost their ace. They've had a ton of injuries. They're going into it. They got a bye in the playoffs.
Every sport they want to fire managers.
Look at the kid. The kid feels
Hey,
involved.
fired up.
Look at Ryan.
I
You
think
got
he feels like we're
Ryan.
just sitting around the
Ryan-
pub.
Ryan is here watching. He was here last year.
Yeah.
Chiming in.
This guy's all right.
And now he graduated St. Augustine. He's now at Rowan.
Yeah.
And I like the fact he feels comfortable.
Yeah.
But don't talk because you don't have a microphone. So it just sounds like whatever. We'll invite you to be in the microphone.
I like
But
this kid.
You need to show understand your place. All right.
It's good though that we have him. He feels comfortable both to
I
get
love
into
the
the
kid.
conversation.
That's why I got to bust his balls
Yeah.
because I like the kid a lot. All right. Eagles.
Yeah.
There's all this consternation like there is every football Friday. What happens on Sunday? What do we learn? What do we? To me, listen, I'm just going to enjoy the game, but I have zero, no matter what happens on Sunday, the offense can struggle again. I'm not going to panic, worry, whatever you want to call it. There's mitigating circumstances to all this stuff. And I think Sunday is a game that they probably will lose, but having won 19-20, I'd never count this team out.
I initially thought this would be a win. I think they would be 4-0. The Nolan Smith injury is a big deal, and I think that
Kaylee
really
Ringo,
makes it a toss-up.
and the Kaylee Ringo,
Well,
because I know Dory Jackson practice,
Yeah,
but Ringo's going to be playing.
he is. The receivers are banged up. I mean, Ibuka's got a groin he's working with. Godwin's coming back after that surgery. They're not going to be 100%.
Godwin in practice, with
Right.
and yet,
So the receivers won't be 100%, which is a good thing. But I don't know. I just think the pass rush wasn't good to start with. Without Nolan Smith, giving Baker time or lanes,
well, the other
he's
problem
just a
is
pain in the rear end.
Tristan Wirf's back,
Yes.
so that kind of fixes a lot of their offensive line.
But I
because
think they are.
they had their center pushed out to tackle.
But I think they are still playing with a backup guard and tackle on the right side.
Yeah, but they had their center playing tackle.
Yeah.
Like getting Wirf's back is
It will
huge.
make a big difference.
They were down. Like that's a big deal.
Yeah, because they haven't been able to run the ball really well.
Yeah,
Buccaneers
and that's why
been
I'm
averaging
a little
3
worried
yards a carry.
about how they're going to look with Bucky, but we're in luck because we got our man.
Smell some leather. We got Leatherhead.
Yes, we do. We got our man Franny Films, as always. The Friday breakdown with our man Fran Duffy on the Xfinity guest line.
They do not crave food nor drink for nourishment, for they exist solely on the glow of the all 22 monitors. They are the Leatherheads, and he is Franny Films.
Good morning, Films. Happy Football Friday.
Happy Football Friday, guys! Yeah, it's a big. I was listening to you guys talking about the game. There's a lot of interesting storylines here for this one between the Eagles and the Bucs, as always.
Hold on, Phillips, are you coming in on Football Friday with a Sixers shirt on?
Well, look, we got this is the brand. This is right from the PHLY collection. We got the black
PHLY,
jersey. I mean,
all
come
right,
on, we gotta make sure we
That's a great
represent.
That's a great shirt, yeah. I dig it.
I can't think about the Sixers right now. All right.
Well, yeah, that's this is the extent of it right now for me.
You're trying to
Franny,
trigger him, Freddie. You're
Franny.
triggering him.
Again, another injury.
I know.
It's before media day. On the eve of media day, there's another injury with this team. They have driven me insane. Like someday I'm going to be in a padded room and just be mumbling, Embiid, Embiid, Embiid. Like, they're insane.
For your sake, I hope that's not the same. I hope that's not the case. But no, I think when some teams, man, like I don't know if you want to say like snake bit. There are some teams in the NFL that are this way as well. You know,
Yeah.
people have said this about the Chargers in the past, but I saw it yesterday and it just like glossed over me. I said, I gotta keep scrolling. I just gotta keep
Yeah. No stopping. All right, let's get to this game because this is a fascinating game, like you said, multiple storylines. Big picture.
Yep.
You know, people get lost in nonsense. And it's like, oh, I need to see them do this. Wow. The fact that they're 3-0 makes this game like, all right, like no matter what happens, it's not going to change my opinion of who this team is. It'll be interesting to see if they could win in the heat against a team like that has had their number, and Todd Bowles has had their number and has been able to stop them using a variety of pressures. So there's a lot of interesting subplots. Let's look at you. How do you see it from 50,000 feet?
Yeah, I would say from that end of things, if I'm going to look at this big picture, look, every year in the NFL, and honestly, to an extent in college football now, in today's college football landscape, just with the way that it's not like a week-to-week proposition now, the first half of the season is about A, stacking as many wins as possible, and then B, finding your identity. What is it that you are going to lean on? What is it that is going to be the strength, the superpower of your team when you get to November, when you get to December, January, and then hopefully February? That's what the first half of the season is about. And right now, that's exactly what the Eagles are doing. You stack wins, you collect as many as you can, and then you say, all right, what is our strength? Is it going to be, are we going to be an 11 personnel, run team? Are we going to be a zone run team? Are we going to be a drop back pass team? Are we going to lean on play action defensively? Are we going to be blitz heavy? Or are we going to be coverage happy? Are we going to be man team, a zone team? You go all the different boxes you're trying to check. What is our strength? Who are the players that we're going to lean on? Who are the young guys that we expect to ascend? So you're trying to find out the answers to as many of those questions as you can in the first half of the year, all while trying to stack wins and collect wins. So, style points don't matter in the NFL, but collecting wins, by the time you get to November and the frost is on the pumpkin, as the saying goes, by the time you get to that point, now you're saying we want to see what the fully fledged version of this team looks like.
Yeah, exactly. Let's look at now, go deep into this matchup because it's fascinating. We'll look at the Eagles defense versus the Bucs offense first. And obviously, you got the issue with Ja'Cory Bennett. You got no Nolan Smith. So you're a little thin at edge. You're going to see a lot of Za'Darius. So Za'Darius will play a lot of snaps. Jalen Hunt will start opposite him. And then it looks like Ringo. Dory Jackson practiced, but you're probably going to see Ringo.
Sounds like it. I think that when you look at Keely Ringo, I'm excited to see what he looks like. Obviously he did not play much on defense over these first 3 games. And so being able to get eyes on him after what was an up and down summer, coming in, everyone thought like this was probably his job to lose, and he lost it. He did not take a full grasp of that opportunity. All right, now you take a little bit of a back seat. Now, what do you look like here? I'm excited to see that for Keely Ringo, who is still a very, very young player. And so the path is still there for him to turn into a starting quality corner in the NFL. As far as the Nolan Smith injury, they're absolutely going to miss him. I think when you look at what he brings to the field from a play standpoint, but then also a personality standpoint, he's a tone setter for them up front. He's their best edge rusher in terms of taking away the defensive tackles. If you're talking about up front, off the edge, who's going to give you the most juice? That's Nolan Smith. You're hoping that Jalen Hunt ascends. You're hoping that Za'Darius Smith can give you something. You look at the other vets that they brought in this offseason with Uche and with Ojulari and Okoronkwo. You're hoping that all these guys are able to kind of chip in. But you're going to miss Nolan Smith and the play demeanor, the tone setting ability with what he does as a run defender, and then also getting after the quarterback. You're going to miss his presence. We talked about it on the show yesterday. Last year, that was a back-to-front defense that was built more on the secondary and the success they had on the back end as opposed to what they did up front. Well, that secondary is not as good this year, right? And so, and the defensive tackles like Jalen Carter, we're hoping that he's going to continue to kind of build positive momentum if he's feeling injury. So you really want those edge rushers to be, at full capacity. And right now they're not with Nolan Smith on injury reserve.
Yeah, and you got Bond's going to be laboring with the brace, so he's not 100%. And that's another big thing because even though the Bucs O-line is dinged, you're going to get Wirfs back. Like he practiced full participant yesterday, and that's a big get for them because it fixes 2 positions. Now their center could go back to being their center.
3 positions, because then they had they had Bredesen at center. He goes back to left guard, and they take the left guard. They bump him over to right guard. So a lot of new faces. They're gonna have to go there. My guess is there could be some growing pains for them, but still, like the right side, you got a backup right guard and you got a backup right tackle. So you're hoping that the Eagles are able to take advantage of that in some way, shape, or form. I do think that the hobbled offensive line, it more impacts their run game. I think when you look at Bucky Irving and you look at Rashad White, those are guys that thrive in space. They need room to operate, room to work. And so by the teams being able to kind of constrict those running lanes a little bit more over these last couple of weeks, especially, Gedeke got hurt in week 2. Cody Mock got hurt in week 2 as well. Not having those guys, I thought you really saw that hurt them in the run game, and I'm hoping that the Eagles are able to kind of show that as well. To make them a one-dimensional football team, I think that will go a long way towards a victory here this weekend as well.
How much does Wirfs coming back though help them?
Yeah, I mean he's outstanding, and now it's just gonna matter. It's gonna be a matter of what does he look like. You anticipate that he's fully healthy if they're putting him in the lineup now. It was a little bit of a shock that he did not start the season on PUP. So all right, well it's week 4. How much of this was all right? We really wanted to get you back for week 4. Otherwise, we kind of have egg on our face for not having you on PUP to start the season. What does the full-fledged version of Tristan Wirfs look like? And it's the same thing with Chris Godwin. Godwin. It was a nasty injury, man, like dislocated ankle, like tendon stuff. And he was another one that was kind of shocking that he was not on PUP to enter the season. He was their leading target getter, their leading receiver when he got hurt in week 7 last year. So if you insert him back in the lineup, even though they don't have Mike Evans, if they get that version of Chris Godwin back, that's a big boost for their pass game. But I kind of have my doubts about whether or not he is going to look that quality of player.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't practice yesterday. So
Yeah.
I'm feeling the same way. I think it's going to be the Eagles have struggled a little bit against the run, and especially off the edge. Like the team's been running off the edge against them, and that's going to be an interesting thing. Like to me, it's a Bucky Irving game for Tampa, and can the Eagles stop them?
Yeah, Egbuka is a nice blocker at the receiver position. This is a guy I thought would really fit with like the McVay style of offense. Like, the guy, what we saw last week, honestly, where you see Puka Nacua, digging out Cooper DeJean and, sealing him off. They were able to get a couple of runs on the Eagles last week because of that, that ability at the point of attack from the wide receiver position. I don't know, like, is Egbuka going to be able to do that against DeJean after the week DeJean had last week, which wasn't a bad week at the point of attack, but, we had more losses than we've come to expect from him. So to me, like, I don't know that Egbuka is going to have quite that level of impact. They are also missing their best blocking tight end. O'Keefe got hurt. They put him on injured reserve. So this is a team that is banged up. I do think that, honestly, I would be surprised if the Bucs had the same level of rushing success against the Eagles that the Rams, even like what, in the first half, what they were able to do. Like, I don't anticipate Tampa Bay being able to do that against this Eagles defensive front.
All right, flip side. Now let's go to the flip side in Eagles offense. Again, it's going to come down to whether or not they can figure out Todd Bowles. I mean, we've seen this story play out. I mean, twice in one regular season, including the playoffs. We saw it again last year. It's weird. It's the Temple Todd's pressures.
Yeah, and they've been really good with them again so far this season. You're seeing sacks come from the safety position, from the nickel corner position, from the linebacker position. So they're letting those guys get after quarterbacks. It was they put on a clinic with some of their pressures last week against the New York Jets and a veteran quarterback in Tyrod Taylor. So I think when you're looking at it, that is a full operation from the entire offensive front. Last week there was a sack that Jalen McCullough had. 3rd and long, dime defense on the field. Safety comes in and just a violent shot on Jalen Hurts. That was on Saquon Barkley, and they run blitzes like that with the Tampa Bay Bucs. It's exactly what the Rams did there on that one. Now, not all of those would be on the running back. There are examples where the quarterback's that's going to be the quarterback's guy, or somewhere, hey, you know what, the guard's got to pick him up, or the tight end's got to pick that guy up. It's all dependent on the protection call, but that's why it's going to be a full team effort. Everybody's got to be on their P's and Q's. We know that Jalen Hurts, like, that falls under his responsibility now, is like that pre-snap protection call. So making sure you're in the right call, understand who the offensive line has, who does the running back have, does everybody do their assignments, and then whoever's left, Jalen, that's on you. You got to beat that guy with your arm, or you got to beat that guy with your legs, one way or the other. What I'm most interested, though, Ant, is that, like, in week 2 against Kansas City, you're going into it, like, all right, Spags is going to blitz. Like, they're going to send extra pressure. For the most part, it was a lot of underneath stuff. So the completion percentage was high. Like they, and honestly, like we talked about it after the game, I thought Jalen was very poised against the pressure. I thought he looked good against the blitz, but it was just so much like underneath stuff that you still weren't moving the chain. So the defense still wins in that scenario. It wasn't until late in the game where you had that cover zero blitz, and then Jalen with a defender screaming in his face, unloads that deep ball to Devontae Smith for the big play and helps set up the victory, secure the victory. I want to see if the Eagles are going to be a little bit more aggressive when they do expect blitzes. Are they going to be a little bit more aggressive here in this game? That's going to be one of the interesting storylines I'll be watching early on.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by this matchup. It's going to be interesting. What do you take away Eagles offense first half, second half last week, and how does it relate to Tampa Bay and the Bulls blitz?
Yeah, I think that last week, early on, it was a lot of just like detail-oriented things from a pass game standpoint. We talked about like the receivers, running the same route, guys in the same area. That happened multiple times over the first couple of drives. All right, so you correct that. You have a busted protection where Saquon Barkley misses a guy on 3rd and long, right? So that was a mental error, right? So
you also had Lane Johnson go out, so that was a huge.
You have Lane Johnson go out. So it was a weird first half from that standpoint. Going back and watching the film, it wasn't like they just said, all right, let's let the dogs loose. Let's let them go. Let's be aggressive. I think that they came into that game trying to be aggressive. There were more downfield aspects. So that's why, I'm interested to see, like, does that continue against Todd Bowles? Like, he's going to send pressure. Are you going to keep the foot on the gas and say, yeah, well, all right, you're going to be aggressive with us. We're going to be aggressive with you and try and force you to play coverage as opposed to trying to send those extra rushers at Jalen Hurts. So I am fascinated to see if that keeps up here.
Yeah, that's a big story.
I'm always, I don't like to question Nick Sirianni anymore. He's the greatest coach in the NFL right now and probably in the last decade. But this going down early to get acclimated seems to be at odds with his grizzled D coordinator who says heat's a state of mind, going down one day early and one practice ain't going to do squat. It's not like you could take a magic pill. This is all mental. How do you think the team, makes sense of all this? Two different messages from their leaders.
Yeah, I'm not in the locker room, VG, but just we talked about it on the show yesterday, and the sense that I got from Bo and from EJ was that I don't know that all the players are like all that enthused about going down early and missing out on the Friday night at home with family. So I don't know. It's one of those things where. I always think of it like a cold weather game where it's like the players go in and it's 20 degrees outside in late December and guys come out like in short sleeves and you show like it doesn't matter. It's like, well, it does matter. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you can kind of play games with yourself in that way and kind of galaxy brain it. So I'm of two minds on it. We'll see how if they go down and they win the game, everyone will say, "Oh, they did a great job." If they go down and lose the game and they don't look good in the heat, everyone will be like, "Oh, well, why did you do that? You could have spent the extra night at home." So,
do you think it makes it a bigger deal than it is? Like it seems like it's already in their head, and even the Buccaneers are like, "Yeah, it's in their head." They're coming down one day early, big deal, but we already got an edge because they're thinking about this.
Yeah, it's like I remember that the last game at the vet, that was like, oh, the Bucs never win when it's below 32 degrees outside. I don't know if it was a huge storyline because the Bucs kept coming up to Philly and losing late in the season, in the weather. And then they were able to break it. They had the huge win and obviously a huge moment in their history. Multiple guys go to the Hall of Fame based off that win. You can say they can get in their head, but I think it's going to be an individual basis from a coaching standpoint and from a player standpoint.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it either. I mean, I do think you bring attention to it. I think Vic's right that you do bring attention. And the other issue is you can't get acclimated to it in a day. An extra day doesn't do anything.
Right.
And by the way, you're going to go out for practice, you go walk through, but it's different than playing a full game when you're hydrating, cramping up, in that kind of weather. It's a tough spot. It is what it is.
So when you watch the Bucs, I mean, the one thing that's a killer is you get them in 3rd and long, even 4th, a decent size. Yeah, Baker And not only does he find an open receiver, he scrambles.
Yeah.
He's averaging like 10 yards of scramble at this point. How do
Baker's
they
a baller,
how do
man.
you
How
keep
about
an
it,
eye on
Fran?
that? Like, who is that? The linebackers who got to keep an eye on him during those plays? Like, where's that fall on?
Yeah, that's a full team effort kind of situation as well. You know, Baker, it's similar to Patrick Mahomes when they got ready for Mahomes in week 2, where he's just been so money with his legs over the course of this season so far. So you definitely have to make sure you contain him. There were a couple of reps last week against the Jets where he took off for 20-yard gain down the right sideline. You've got 2 Jets defenders running into each other and falling on the ground, right? It's all right. Well, you don't do that. One of you guys is stopping him for a 6-yard gain. So those are the kinds of plays you want to try and avoid if you're the Eagles. I'm going to be honest, man. Like, watching Baker Mayfield over the course of his career, and especially these last few years with the Tampa Bay Bucs, he is at his best when it's just everything's clean and it's point and shoot. You think back to that Eagles Bucs matchup from last year. He carved them up. They barely touched him. No one was breathing on him, and it was bang, 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 bang. Everything in rhythm. He was 16 of 20 when he wasn't pressured last week.
That's when he's at his best. Like, he's not a guy you're going to spy. Like, you're not going to waste a defender spying Baker Mayfield. So you're that's not like an issue. Yeah, will he get loose for a big play? No, he's a baller, right?
It's about containment with the line. It's about containment on the line.
Yeah, and to your point, the dude's a baller, man. He's going to try to figure out a way. Like, he's playing some great football. But I with your receivers banged up, the way they're banged up, I mean, like Miller's is a huge, like, he's a space guy, just sit in space kind of guy. He's not going to kill you. Like, there's not a ton. They're not, the kid I love is McMillan, but he's still hurt. He's on IR.
Yep. Yeah, no. So I think when you're looking at it, you're going to put a lot on Igbuka. You're hoping Godwin's able to come back. Sterling Shepard has made some big plays for them as a wide receiver screen guy, but like, we saw plenty of Sterling Shepard over the course of his career with the New York Giants. Like, we know what he brings. So he's not going to be like a huge needle mover. He's going to come up with some clutch receptions for you, at times underneath. But, I think that really it's going to be try and lock down Igbuka. I'm sure Quinyon Mitchell will travel sides wherever he goes. You'll see Quinyon on that side of it, similar to what they did last week with Devontae Adams. And if Godwin plays, my guess is his usage will be similar to that of Nakua's last week. So you'd kind of see, all right, like he'll get a lot of matchup with Cooper DeJean on the inside. And so that would be my guess with how they would try and operate. Cade Otton is another name we should probably throw in there, the starting tight end.
Yeah, he is good. The tight end is a big part of that offense.
Yeah, he reminded me a lot of Brent Selleck when he was coming out of Washington. That was one of the comps that I had for him. He's that kind of player, like a possession type of receiver over the middle of the field. And he was a high volume guy when Evans missed time last year and Godwin was out. So that would be a guy certainly to watch as well.
And I think you got to look at Bucky out of the backfield. I think they'll try to get him the football, especially if they don't have any success running the ball. They're going to try to get him out of the back. And he's a good route runner. Like, you can run him on a wheel. You get him the ball in space. Like, he's dangerous, dude. Like, we saw him at Oregon do that.
Yeah, it's like a lot of swing passes. Like, just we want him in space. When things are congested inside, that's not where he's going to thrive. And so, if the Eagles are able to kind of limit that, and again, just kind of take that dimension away, that would certainly make them a little bit more predictable. But then you got to go tackle. And we saw missed tackles from this defense last week. We saw missed tackles from this defense in a bad way last year on this field. And so you don't want to have a repeat effort there from that standpoint.
Hey, just league wide real quick. And then speaking of Oregon, we got to talk about Saturday night, tomorrow night. But the league itself, man, there's a lot of bad teams. Like, that was some bad football last night. I like Seattle. Like, I mean, I do. Yeah. Ultimately, I think they're capped by Darnold. And Smith and Jigba is such a stud. What a great player he is. Man, that Cardinals team is woeful. I know they came back and, Harrison caught one nice catch. And they went up scoring a touchdown, but to tie it. But that's a bad team.
Yeah, they're not running the ball really well. That was kind of that was the engine for that offense last year. They lost their run game coordinator and offensive line coach, Clayton Adams. He went to the Dallas Cowboys as their offensive coordinator this offseason. So I think there was an element of that. But they didn't.
They threw 2 more picks.
Yeah, they didn't add anybody on offense this year. You go to what they did this offseason. They didn't add a soul to that group. They were like, all right, like we're good offensively. Let's really pump in a lot of talent to the defense, which they did. And honestly, like, the defense has been playing pretty well so far this season. It's just this offense is just cannot get off the ground. You mentioned Kyler, some of his struggles. They haven't been able to run the ball. The offensive line is a little bit up and down. At receiver, they're not getting any kind of production. They leaned into more lighter personnel last night. They've been primarily like a 2 and 3 tight end operation, but they said, all right, well, we're gonna try and lean into heavier receiver sets here this week, and that didn't work. They're trying to find their identity, and right
even
now
their defense,
Yeah.
even their defense. I mean, Seattle left a lot of points on the field, not just off the missed kick. Like they were up and down. I mean, they shot themselves in the foot in the red zone 3 different times.
Right. Yeah. That's the when you're looking at this group, it's
They can't stop the run.
Yeah, with defensively, I mean, the big thing they're missing guys again. We talked about this with the with the Sixers at the very beginning of the conversation. The Cardinals are one of those teams too, like because every single year it's like, oh, like half the defensive front is on injured reserve, and then you come into training camp this year and first round pick Walter Nolan, he's on PUP, he hasn't played it down yet. He's been on injured reserve. B.J. Ojolari, second round pick a couple years ago, yep, he's hurt again. Will Johnson, second round pick, great week 1, looks outstanding, defensive rookie of the week, yada yada yada. Gets hurt week 2 now, and how he's out. So it's all 3 of their starting corners. Garrett Williams, one of the best young nickels in football, he's out. So they've been trying to put that group together. Defense is definitely ahead of the offense, but right now it's just an average football team.
I have to admit, I was a little hurt last night because I'm a big Herbie. I love Herb Street. It's my favorite. Him and the dog. I love him. Right? When he said he was talking about Gannon, he's like, Gannon's a defensive genius. And I was like, oh, Herbie, defensive genius? Like, I know his DC's pretty good. Young, he'll be a head coach
Nick
someday.
Rallis, yep.
But I mean, I can't call Gannon a defensive genius.
Probably strong term.
Yeah. All right. Tomorrow night, Whiteout, Happy Valley. I cannot wait for this game. In fact, it sucks because Georgia, Alabama is on at the same time.
Yes.
It's a great college football day.
Great college football day.
I think you got to lean into their run. Listen, you should be able to run on Oregon. I haven't seen them. I mean, this is where, and I get more and more is dynamic, but I think this is a Penn State. Like, I would be disappointed if they lost this game. Like, I think it would say something that you're coming off of a bye, you're at home, it's a whiteout, like. You got a great backfield. You should be able to dictate to this game.
Had a very long conversation with Tyler Zulli about this game over on the All Nittany Lions podcast. So make sure you check that out. That's right here on the PHLY sports feed. So you can go, make sure you go find that show. We talked for about an hour about this game. Honestly, man, like I'm leaning Oregon, but absolutely, I think to me, like a lot of people are very quick to rule out Penn State, and I think there is a very clear path for them being able to win this football game. To me, the X factor on each side, I think this Penn State defensive line going up against that Oregon pass game. When you look at Dante Moore, who's been dealing, like he looks really good.
They didn't play anybody. You're dealing against Oregon State.
Yes,
stinks,
of course,
right?
But
like,
I think the big thing,
he'll throw the ball to the other team.
No question. If you're able to rattle him early on in that environment, because I think a lot of people think like, oh, like Dan Lanning, like great coach, and he is. He's one of my favorite coaches in college football. Great coach. Like he's going to have those guys ready. But this is a young, inexperienced quarterback. This is an inexperienced offensive line. They lost both starting tackles last year. You got young freshman DBs, positions where it's like if a freshman corner gives up a big play, if a quarterback throws an early interception, and you've got night game, whiteout, like that can snowball fast. And so to me, like when I look at this group, you want to have early success if you're Penn State, find ways to make big plays. You're denied Dennis Sutton off the edge. You're Zane Durant, the defensive tackle. It's a talented defensive line for Penn State. If they're able to impact Dante Moore and try and force him into some mistakes, then you get the run game going, like you said. There's a recipe for success there. I'm fascinated to see Drew Aller. I'm really excited to see what that looks like here, one way or the other, because they haven't played anybody either, and everyone's kind of like looking at the box score and be like, how come he's not looking what Dante Moore has looked outstanding in the box score? How come Aller hasn't? I think that it's almost like watching a team go through preseason is what you're watching Penn State over these first 3 games. This is obviously a huge test. I'm excited to see what it looks like.
Yeah, but listen, they're a favorite, albeit a small one. They're a 3-point favorite.
Yeah,
I just think, I think this is a must-have for this program. It is a must-have for this pro. Franklin has to. This is no excuse. Like, you got to win this. I think you're set up to win this game multiple ways. Well, forget about Ohio State for now. This game, you're set up to win.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those, like, if not now, then when type of situations, right? Because, if Drew Aller's moving on after this year, like, he's out of eligibility, so you're not getting him back. And so, like, who's the quarterback next year? If you're not going to win these type of games, like, you bought all this talent back. You got both of the running backs back. You got a defensive line that's, you lose Abdul Carter. You lost Tyler Warren, 2 first-round picks, top 15 picks to the draft. But you still have a lot of talent on this team. This is a team that is geared up to be able to make a run at it. Having a win like this would be a huge feather in their cap.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, brother. Great weekend. Enjoy it. What's on the Franny menu?
Doing some lasagna tomorrow.
Nice.
So we got some doing some lasagna. I'm gonna go over to my mom's during the day. We'll make some lasagna together. Bring some home. I'll be home certainly for that kickoff. We'll have the afternoon games on in the background.
I love it. Hey,
Franny, we gotta get back at it, man. How many gummies this weekend?
Oh yeah, we haven't brought this back.
No.
I think this is like early in the season. Like, I don't think you got to stress out too much. I go 1 gummy.
Wow, I was stressing out. I was going 3, maybe 4.
No, it's too early
out this early.
You get lit. 4.
3-0. What are you nuts?
They're 3-0.
I know. I got a reputation. I got them going 14-3. I need a win.
That's silly.
4's too much.
Come on. 2's too much. You're
gonna melt into the sofa.
Yeah, stop.
I mean, 1 feels like an Arizona Cardinal game.
Dude, it's a 1. It's a 1. It's all situation. Franny's on. Don't argue with Franny.
I'm not arguing with Franny. I never argue with Franny.
Thank you, Franny.
1 gummy.
All
See you
right.
guys. We'll talk next week.
We appreciate it. We love you, bud. We'll see you later on today. Everybody's got to follow. Become a diehard and get Franny's stuff. It's fantastic.
Oh, we got a diehard sale going on too right now.
What is it?
What is it? I just saw it somewhere up on you can get a shirt or a hat. We got a new hat out.
We got a new lid. We got a new lid.
Branded PHLY hat.
Yeah.
I got to find the post. I just saw it on X.
It's on X.
I don't know. I'll give you the details as soon as I find it.
That's all right. While you're doing that, let's take care of some business. And I got to get to Derek Bodner. Derek is so good at this whole thing. So's Kyle. So's Devon. We got a great Sixer team. They're almost too good.
They are way too good for this team.
They are.
It's
They're
insane.
too talented.
They are.
And
100%.
here's the thing. Those 3 aren't hurt.
No.
Over under how many injuries at media day today?
Oh, my
All right, so here
God.
it is. Diehard sale. You become a diehard. $36 if you want that option. You get a limited edition shirt. If you go $59 for the year, you get a branded diehard hat. There you go. It's a cool hat.
Let's go. We got to move quick. Let's get some of our business, take care of some business. And then we got Mikey Garafolo coming up at 10 o'clock. We got Baldy at 10:30. Woo. But I got to get to Derek, Sixers Media Day. Here we go. Let's talk about some Rothman. Let's get you back to doing what you love, especially this fall. So, we all have it's a beautiful time to be outside. It's the perfect time. You want to be active. You want to be doing stuff. You're playing ball, right?
Pumpkin pick.
What?
Pumpkin pick.
Okay. You want to bike. You want to hike, right? You want to play ball. You want a pumpkin pick.
I don't know. I'm not doing that.
I mean,
I go to the grocery. I go to the grocery store and buy a pumpkin.
What is he talking about? I don't understand this kid. Oh, my God. All right, from Aches and Pains at their pickup game to old injuries flaring up during the fall adventures, Rothman's team of experts here to help. Evidence-based care, a commitment to restoring your mobility. They're going to get you back out there stronger than ever. Don't let pain put your autumn on pause. Visit RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY to book your appointment today. Get back to doing what you love, man. I'm telling you, they got a team for every body part in our own backyard. So whatever's ailing you, shoulder and elbow, thumb, like McCain, knee, ankle, you name it, Rotman's got a team of experts in their own backyard to handle it, to get you back to doing what you love. RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY. Rothman Orthopedics. Your fall, your mobility, their mission.
Ace Hardware Home Services, their mission is to make your world a little better and your house a little better. So if you got a honey-do list or you got an outlet you said you fixed last summer, Ace Hardware Home Services, they're there for you to help you because they got a person for that, because now they're not just the helpful hardware folks, they're also the helpful home service and repair folks. From plumbing, electrical, heating, cooling, they got trusted pros. Keep your house humming all year long. Ace Hardware Home Services, they're bringing the helpful you love from the store now to your front door. From Philly to the Jersey Shore. They bring experienced local plumbers, techs. They handle everything. Repairs, seasonal maintenance, installations, upgrades. They listen to your goals, and the job's never done till you're totally satisfied. And they give you free estimates on equipment installations, replacement with trusted advisors and pros that work with your budget, your house, and they give you satisfaction guaranteed. Plus, they're local. Their teams live and serve in our community, and they're dedicated to keeping their neighbors comfortable in their own homes. So don't do it yourself. If you got something around the house that needs doing, visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at acehardwarehomeservices.com to get started on that project and cross it off the list.
All right, let's go right to Camden and the Sixers practice facility. It's media day for the Sixers. And joining us from the all PHLY Sixers team is our man, Derek Bodner. You're too good for this team, Derek. Too good.
You know, I have learned to live in the craziness, and I would expect nothing else. I would expect nothing else.
I mean, on the eve of media day, we learn that McCain has a UCL injury in his thumb. And what do you think? How long is this he's going to be out for, you think?
Yeah, it really depends on the grade of the sprain. I think worst case scenario is to get that surgery, and usually that's like a 6 to 8 week timeline. I think I was reading there was a good article on In Street Clothes who did something back when Anthony Simons had the same injury. On average, players tend to miss about 22 games when they injure this in season. Because this is before the season, a month of that 6 to 8 week recovery would be training camp and preseason and whatnot. Hopefully he only misses a couple of weeks of game action. And it also tends to be the type of injury that, the recovery and the ability to get back to where you were is very high. So hopefully this is just a short-term, annoyance. But it is big because, this was a chance for him to, obviously training camps, a big time to get acclimated to your teammates, the coaching staff, figure out the rotations. All of that stuff's important, but hopefully it is just short-term.
You know what? Which hand is it, shooting hand or non-shooting hand?
It's a shooting hand, yeah. So he can't even do like form shooting drills while he's on the mend. So that is a bummer for sure.
I mean, it's symbolic too. Like,
it's amazing.
I mean, that's the thing that's a kick in the junk. It's like, oh my God, with this team, you just can't escape it.
Yeah, well, and it's also like there's so much. All right, so all of the championship equity is obviously tied around Joel Embiid. We all know how unreliable he is because of injuries. But a lot of the excitement, even beyond the championship equity, is you've got these two young guards that you're really hoping to watch develop and flourish and be a part of something, big down the line. And again, it's a short-term injury. It's only hopefully a couple of weeks of game action, but it's just for a team that could desperately use a little bit of enthusiasm. I think for fans who are actually really looking to get amped up because they spent so much of last year kind of indifferent towards the team, quite frankly, this is a blow right when the excitement is really starting to build.
All right. So what are you hearing? I mean, it's the Embiid question. It's going to be kind of the in the clouds of today at media day.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably a handful of topics. Obviously, the Embiid question, how much he's able to do, what's the last couple of weeks look like, what do the next couple of weeks project to look like? That's going to be probably number one. Obviously, then injury related, both Paul George and where he is in his recovery. The only video and pictures we've seen is basically him doing weight training. So how far away is he from getting back? The McCain injury, obviously. And then to a lesser extent, like how do you plan on using VJ? Like how does he look? What does that sort of guard rotation shake out? And then obviously Quentin Grimes and where the status of those negotiations are. I would say those are the major topics.
Yeah, where are the Grimes? Like I know he's asking for $30 million a year and the whole thing, and they seem really far apart. How do you think that thing kind of winds up?
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like they're certainly far apart. I believe it was Gina Mizell who reported that they were basically offering the Sixers a 4-year contract. starting at right around $9 million, and that's pretty far below his market. He was reportedly, again, asking for something in 20, 25, even earlier in the offseason, upwards of $30 million a year. So there seems like there is a pretty wide gap there. And I think the most likely outcome at this point, unless something happens here over the next 3 days or so, is a one-year deal. And the question is whether or not that is a one-year qualifying offer, whether that is a one-year balloon payment. That would be a pretty big blow from a tradability perspective because there's all kinds of crazy CBA rules for veterans coming back on one-year deals. It would certainly not be optimal, but I think that is probably the most likely path at this point.
I mean, this guard rotation is going to be interesting because you don't have a true lead guard. So how does that thing work?
Yeah. You know, I think one thing that will be interesting, there's obviously a lot of ramifications to both Quentin Grimes and his current unsigned status. And we'll see if it gets to a holdout status. It does seem like he's not going to be traveling for the first couple of preseason games at the very least. And also the McCain injury is it opens up a lot of playing time for VJ Edgecombe. And, you know, they talked in the offseason about making him more of a lead guard than he was at Baylor. He's talked about wanting to be more of a lead guard. He certainly played more of a lead guard role with Summer League. Now, obviously, there's a, you know, he was the most talented player on that roster by far. But you wonder if now, with especially with McCain out, whether or not he might get a little bit more creation responsibilities than maybe they otherwise would have given, maybe even more than they're comfortable giving him because he is still a 19-year-old rookie. But they really don't have many other options behind Tyrese Maxey to fill that void that's now been created by Jared McCain's injury. I mean, you certainly don't want to put Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon out there. Like they proved last year that I don't think they have a whole lot left in the tank. If you're going to have to err on an uncertainty, err on the uncertain young kid who maybe has some room to grow.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry's got Amazon duties anyway.
Outrageous. Outrageous.
Brother, tell us what is in store for you guys today. What do you got planned for us so that all of our fans could watch you and kind of follow all the coverage along from Media Day?
Yeah, I mean, Kyle and I will be upstairs at the main press conferences. So Daryl Morey, Nick Nurse, all the players that will cycle through there. We will take video of that and we'll post that on PHLY Sports YouTube. Of course, follow Kyle and I and the PHLY_Sixers Twitter account as we will be posting quotes there as well. And then we have, a couple people, Devon, Rich, I think will be down there at various points downstairs trying to get one-on-one interviews with a bunch of the players walking through that concourse type area. So we'll be trying to hit both of those avenues, both the main press conferences, along with some one-on-ones, and hopefully some fun stuff along the way.
Listen, again, you're too good for them. I don't know what else to say. You guys are. I love our Sixers coverage that you guys do. It's an A team, and you're covering a B team. But anyway, I love you.
Look, dysfunction is where I'm most comfortable at this point, so I'm ready to go.
Thank you. You are the greatest. We love your work, and we love you being a part of us. Thanks, brother. We'll be watching.
Yep, thank you.
There he is, Derek Bodner, checking in from Sixers. Oh, my God. They kill me. They just absolutely kill me. All right, let's take care of some business, and then we're going to go to Mikey G on a nice football Friday and kind of go through it all with Michael. Let's talk about Xfinity. How about it?
Yeah, how about it?
All right.
Great product.
It is a great product, right? So I as a sports fan, now, are you a sports fan?
Most days.
Yeah, you like it. I know you like it. I know you like going down there.
Yeah, I like the vibe.
You know. But I like to zone in.
Yeah,
and I zone in with Xfinity. You know, like you could do that. So you're not lagging. You're not buffering.
Oh, man, the buffering.
You got a lot of buffers, Senator.
Yeah, buffering stinks.
Yeah, you're a buffer. You're like Michael Buffer. You switch between apps. Oh, God. All right, listen, you call yourself a football fan?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, then you got to have Xfinity, all right? You may call yourself one.
Yeah,
I don't. But, hey. You can find the best games, your favorite teams, all in one place. You can watch your Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
How about that, Andrew? He's a Georgia fan.
Go Bulldogs.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you hear that bark?
The yipper.
That's not an Xfinity bark.
No.
All right? You're right. Yes. You watch Next Level with Xfinity. Xfinity's best picture and sound enhanced 4K. So clear, it's like you're at the stadium. It's that good. You get real-time notifications, live stats right on your television. The best seat in the house every time is your house with Xfinity. Next game day, make sure that big fan, all right, is not a big fail, all right? Learn more, Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. All right, now let's talk about Parx Casino. Big things happening in the sports book. We were there last night. In fact, if you want your football fix, Brain and I spent, an hour and 15 minutes going through the college and NFL card?
Yes.
All right. So you could go in our YouTube channel under Parks Bets and check out Cousins Corner where we go through all the games for you. Also, a lot of good plays. So Brain's got a lot of action going like he always does. Also, listen, Monday night in the sports book, it's a banner time. Charlie Manuel, the skip, going to be there heading a roundtable of Phillies playoff discussion. Charlie Manuel, John Kruk, Ricky Bo, Ben Davis. I mean, Tommy Green. You got all kinds. It's going to be incredible. Inside the Park Sportsbook, 6 o'clock. It's a free event, all right? Now, first come, first seated. So get there early, and you're going to be hanging. What a round table that's going to be. All right, you got the Skip, you got Crucker, right? You got Ricky Bo, Ben Davis. Like, you got guys, man. They're going to be talking, chopping it up every which way for these playoffs. Red October around the corner. So check out parkscasino.com, Street Road, Ben Salem. You can't beat it, all right? You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
They give you a teaser tonight. Tease Virginia in the over for a little football tonight.
So Brain loves the over in that game.
Yeah, so tease that down to 54, and you get Virginia plus 13.
Yeah, I think that's a Brain special.
All right.
So I don't know. He won't tease the
he
total,
won't.
but
he
does like the
I
over.
give the chat what they want. They want teases.
Yeah. All right. Now let's go to the Xfinity guest line because one of our hometown heroes who does such a great job nationally, NFL Network, nobody comes to the league on top of the league like this man, Mikey G. Mike Garafolo joins us. Good morning, Michael.
Cavaliers can score, man. Virginia can put the ball in the end zone. So
yes, they can. They're good.
I like where your head's at.
They're good. That's gonna be a lot of fireworks in that game. Good football game. It's a great college weekend. Penn State, Oregon, Georgia, Alabama, LSU. I mean, it's TCU tonight. Like, there's some great games.
There is some great games this weekend in college football, yeah, and it should be warm and good weather across the country too. So nothing. Nothing greatly affected. Like the sound of that.
The weather is not good in Tampa.
It's hot.
98 degrees. Going to feel like 108.
All right, it's hot for the Buccaneers too.
That's why Nick flew down there today. They're flying down early.
I saw. Was it Baker who said that's not going to, it won't matter to get here a day early, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, right? Because it's like you're sort of acknowledging something, but maybe you're putting, well, it's the Heat. It's not us. It's not our scheme. It's not that, so distract, like retain the confidence and all that stuff. Which I've seen it's been mentioned in the market down there. They were not at full strength last year, and they were badly in need of a blow at that point last year. And some of these other, like the playoff game, I mean, they were limping into that game. This is a different team. This is a different situation. I don't think you automatically say, "Well, Tampa's got their number." I don't buy that.
Well, let's talk about Tampa's injuries because that's a banged up team.
Very much.
So you're going to get Tristan Wirfs back, who was a full participant in practice yesterday. So that's going to fix a couple positions because they had their center playing tackle, right? So Wirfs come back, should help that O-line, but Evans is out, and Godwin didn't practice yesterday. He's coming off that ankle. Even if he plays, you wonder what kind of shape he's going to be in.
Well, Godwin was a planned rest day yesterday as part of his rehab, so don't read too much into that. That's all part of the plan. But losing Evans hurts them. Yeah, Ibuka has been fantastic as a rookie, playing like a veteran, which I know they were high on him this summer, and that's been big because they lost
Yeah.
McMillan for half the season as well. So they've been really banged up and sort of plugging leaks. And it's like one comes back and another one's gone. It's kind of the way it's
I
happened.
love McMillan too, by the way. I mean, I loved him. He was what a player. Him and Ibuka going forward are going to be dynamic.
What? Say it again.
I love McMillan, right? I loved him. When he comes back, he and Ibuka are going to be great going forward.
Yeah. I thought you said Puka. I was like, no, that was last week. But McMillan, I thought he was going to have a better rookie year, to be honest with you. And I know there was a little bit of a disappointment there, but it's like you can't assume these guys are just going to come in and just start to hit right away. So they still have high expectations for him on the long run. I mean, Ibuka's Ibuka comes in, he's killing it. Look at Marvin Harrison, still trying to work through some kinks here with the Arizona Cardinals last night. So. He'll be a fantastic player. They're still really good in a lot of places. They feel good about their defense where they are with that, and the guys in the back end there. So it's still going to be a tough game, one you got to show up for sure. And I love what Bowles is doing down there. Josh Grizzard, their offensive coordinator, has gotten off to a great start. It's just been one coordinator after another. Because these guys, Baker's been the head coach maker down there for the Buccaneers and for these OCs now, and Grizzard's gotten off to a good start as well.
Well, it'd be interesting to see how the Eagles are all banged up too now. No Nolan Smith, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a big loss. Zach Bond's going to be wearing a brace. You got no Ja'Cory Bennett, and looks like Dory Jackson is dinged. You're probably going to see a lot of Keely Ringo. So there's some injury concerns there for the first time.
Yeah, there is. The Nolan Smith one sounds like he just played on it maybe a little, I don't know, sooner, but it just needed some rest coming off of that injury there, for surgery, I should say. So should get back, him be able to get back here. And you lose Bennett there. You're losing the depth in the secondary that you were trying to build here in the offseason. So I know Zach Bond feels good about being able to play through the injury, play with the brace. So I think you'll get the full Zach Bond. Zach Bond, a G. That's what Sean McVay called it. He said Zach Bond is a G. And of course, he gets a pick early in the game last week. Unbelievable. I felt so bad for the Rams. I did.
Well, I was going to ask you, what was the fallout? Because, listen, they blew that game 7 ways from Sunday. They had a chance. If a myriad of things happen, forget the 2 block kicks, but there had other chances to put the game away, chance after chance.
Yeah, they're kicking field goals if you get touchdowns, the game's put away, and I give the Eagles credit offensively for, and I know that the concern has been where's the explosive plays? Why is he not going to AJ? And I feel like Jalen really played the first couple of weeks the way he felt like he had to play the position to win the game, right? And they get into that spot. They need to get down the field. Bang, bang. Hey, see, we can do it if we need to do it. And I'll throw it to AJ if he's got a guy on him because he's still open and he can muscle his way, not only to make the catch, but muscle for yards after the catch. And I kind of like the way that he's approached things the first couple of weeks here, and the situation is called for whatever. I mean, go back to Chris Jones telling him like, "Y'all didn't run for 100. We won the game." Like if you asked Jalen Hurts about the first 3 weeks of the season, we won all the games, right? I like the way that and it's good that you can hit the gas and be able to get the plays that you need, the explosive plays when you needed them.
Yeah, no, I listen. There's some mitigating circumstances, right? Lane Johnson goes out with a stinger. And, all of a sudden, you look at Pryor, he's a disaster. Fred comes in to kind of stabilize things. And I think that wasn't a coincidence.
No, he did. Fred Johnson did a nice job. And that was the reacquisition, I guess you can call it, of the summer that wound up being, I mean, it just already was worth a win when you badly needed one against an NFC team that, who knows, maybe that win right there will allow you to host them instead of going out to LA if you see that team in the playoffs. So kudos to Howie. I mean, all these moves that are happening all along the way, they never seem to be like, oh, whatever happened to that one? I don't know. It's just kind of a throw. They always seem to be have some key impact along the way. It's almost like he knows what he's doing.
Speaking of Howie, and this is interesting because the Texans are 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles and the Texans are a trade partner. I mean, they've done it in the past. See something down the line? Maybe that anybody down there could be on the move? I know it's early.
Yeah, I don't know. For
Corner.
Philly or for anybody?
Yeah, corner.
Because
I could smell. I could see Howie, doing something down the line.
Well, yeah, especially if you're dealing with injuries at the position. That wouldn't be surprised if they wind up trying to find a way to address that before the trade deadline, which is still over a month away. And I like the fact. I mean, we previously would have been up against it right now. Would have been up in 2 weeks or so. So I like the fact they moved it back. I know more people want to see it move back even further, almost baseball-ish, where it's 3/4 of the way through the season instead of about half. But it's created some action at the trade deadline. And you've also got general managers that are more willing to make moves during the season than previously. Previously it was like, I'm not giving up draft capital. They've done a good job, whether it's with the compensatory formula to say, yeah, I'm trading a pick away here, but I'm going to get one back later, and sort of doing the math on that, and I'm okay to give up something now for more of a known commodity.
All right. Let's go kind of around the league a little bit and kind of look at and start in the NFC and start in the division, because it's Jackson Dart the rest of the way, which is a move that, we were talking about it. I thought they should have just started the season with it. I didn't know why you wasted your time with Russ.
They would have if Russ didn't have such a good camp in preseason, but he did. He did a great. You can make a face. I'm just telling you. That's
I don't care how good you should have known what he is. I don't care what kind of camp you're going to have. What are you possibly going to? What could he possibly do? I mean, seriously,
win games. I mean,
okay. So they're a team that's ready to win games.
And I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Because I've talked to people there. I know what the mentality was. I'm not saying it's the right move, but the schedule was brutal. It's still brutal. There's no easy entry point for the kid.
You're 3 weeks into it. What's the difference? He starts the season or comes in now.
I have always been of the belief that 95% of these guys are either going to sink or swim, and it doesn't matter when, right? So I'm with you on that. There are, depending on the player and depending on the mentality, is he a little bit fragile? Anthony Richardson should have sat 1,000,000%.
He wasn't ready.
1,000,000%.
Dart,
1,000,000%. But that's a guy that didn't play a lot.
Kiffin's offense in that SEC environment could start right away. That's my only point. That's why I make the face.
A guy,
because I look at them and I go, I don't even know what you're doing. I said it 3 weeks ago, and that's why I go, well, duh. You should have started with him, but whatever. I'm not that I care.
Having been around Jackson Dart now for a couple of months and seen him and talked to people there, and are you seeing what I'm seeing? As far kid is really confident, does not seem to be one that's going to be easily discouraged or I mean, he'll have everybody's having moments like that. So he's going to have to navigate through mistakes that he's going to make along the way, key mistakes in big games against teams that are going to the playoffs here. You're getting the first start at home against a team that really is not exotic. Like, that's a good defense, but they're not exotic. It's not Brian Flores and all the stuff that you got to diagnose there. And then you're going on the road against the worst team in the NFL. Now, it's a loud environment. You want a lot of they want to start the kid at home. So this was, if you look at it, probably the best entry point. Still not great, because behind this is Eagles, Broncos, Eagles. Like, where you can't wait till after that. But everything that they've given him and everything they've asked of him, he didn't make the same mistake again throughout training camp. He asked questions. He learned the day he found out he was starting, he was in the building at 6:30 in the morning, and he didn't leave until like 7 o'clock that night. Yeah. So, and that was an off Tuesday for a guy who didn't know that he was starting at that point. So, and he was in with Dable for a long time game planning. So he's put in the work. He's everything you could ask for. I think he's going to be totally fine. But it's also, the other thing you got to remember is it's a big year for the general manager and the head coach. They had to try to win some games here to give themselves a little bit of leeway. Didn't happen. So now their best hope is this kid plays. He plays well. wins enough games where they go, okay, we're moving in the right direction.
Well, yeah. I mean, to me, the best way to save your job is to start the season with Dart and hope that you can make the kid into a player by the end of the year. Hope that he got momentum going to the end of the year, not trying to win with a guy that's completely cooked.
And sometimes it backfires. I mean, like Bryce Young was a disaster that first
I know.
year.
Well, listen, your hinges, their whole regime hinges on this kid.
I know.
It's the minute you took him, that was it. Like that's your shot.
I know. And go back to Caleb. It's like, well, that was a disaster last year. We got to get somebody in here like Ben Johnson who's going to get this kid moving in the right direction, which looks like at least last week he started to. So it's just because you draft a guy and like, oh, he shows some promise does not save your job. There's plenty of examples of guys that wound up.
I agree with you, but you know that's why that's why you got to go do it and coach him. Like here it is, because Russ ain't saving you. Here's the Cowboys. I would get first of all, without CeeDee Lamb, they're unwatchable. It's going to be a Micah party Sunday night. Like you could just smell it.
I think the only way Dallas pulls an upset here is if they run, and they run at him. Like, he wants to get after the quarterback. So let's run a couple of draws inside of you or whatever. And they're just going to have to. Now, listen, I would say last year, if they lost CeeDee Lamb, the Cowboys, it would have been absolutely devastating. At least you got George Pickens. You got a little something out there on the outside here. I know the thought was they were going to complement each other. Now it's going to have to be the George Pickens show. It's I feel horrible for in this whole sequence. Kenny Clark. I feel terrible for Kenny Clark. I mean, we're talking about a 3-time Pro Bowler who's been there in Green Bay the whole time.
Yeah, they should trade him back to Green Bay. He deserves that success in Green Bay.
The heart and soul of that defense. Here the Packers go potentially to the Super Bowl, and now he's stuck in a team that's going to be 1-3 going nowhere here. I mean to laugh. I'm sorry, Kenny. I know you're watching.
Hey, what did you hear about? Now I know it was an avalanche and defensive scoring and everything else, but what did you hear about Wentz and how he did?
Yeah, this week's gonna be a little bit different. And I see what does Brain have a thought on that game? I mean, I see that they're favored in that game, Minnesota, which is sort of a surprise. I got us kind of a coin flip.
You think Pittsburgh? I look at Pittsburgh. I'm unimpressed.
Yeah, I can understand that, but I'm unimpressed by Cincinnati. I'll tell you that much. So, like, how much do you take from that game? And I go back to now. I would say that last year in London, this game's in Ireland, but last year in London, similar scenario. Rodgers with his team trying to figure stuff out, and Flores gives them fits, which they still, despite the pick six by Van Ginkel, he had another one after that, did not play well. Still had a chance to go down and win the game there. They were down 6, and he throws an interception near the goal line at the end of the game there. So that's an interesting matchup for me in this game coming up here. I mean, I think Minnesota's got a real problem if Carson Wentz continues to play well, like a real problem. Because you went this entire offseason and didn't want to bring in – Rodgers was one of the guys that wanted to play for them. A lot of veterans were like, let me go to – they did not want anybody breathing over this kid's shoulder. They wanted a clear runway, because the whole Darnold situation the year before. And now it's like, well, we got to start somebody. Well, it's Carson Wentz has been here for 5 minutes. And now if he plays well –
yeah.
What does that say about JJ, bro?
Yeah.
And do you bring him back as this? Do you put him back in the starting lineup? And if you do and he plays bad, well, this is a serious crossroads for the Minnesota Vikings, because it's not like you're turning this over to Wentz for the long haul either.
No, I hear you. I hear you. It's great. I don't know why you turned it all over to JJ sight unseen. I just, that made no sense to me. None.
For a variety of reasons. One, I would say, well, I know the big one was, Kwesi, Adolfo-Mensah, the general manager, sees what happens when you hit on a rookie and you've got this 2-3 year window where you can spend elsewhere on the roster. Because
I get that. Yeah.
Quarterback. So that was one part of it. The other part was, again, if it's somebody else and somebody else comes to play, that's 2 years of like other quarterbacks are coming in and playing well and he's not getting on the field. Do I agree with it? Not necessarily, because again, and I go back to at some point either these kids are going to sink or swim. You can't put on kid gloves when it comes to the NFL, especially for a guy who played in a pro-like system and was asked to run things that way. I am not impressed at all.
No, not at all. All right. Chiefs, what kind of trouble is Kansas City in? They're going to get Worthy back. Man, they're looking up at Baltimore, and that's a tough game.
One of these teams is going to be 1-3.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just on another show before you. Don't worry, it wasn't as good as your show. And they asked me, they said, well, which team could better survive 1-3? I would say Baltimore, because look at the rest of the division. Whereas Kansas City, you get to 1-3, you got major problems in that division.
Yeah.
But what I'm worried about with Baltimore is you saw the impact of Nnamdi Madubuike not being in there, right?
Yes.
And you take a poll of the average NFL fan, and maybe.
But I don't think Pacheco could exploit that.
No. I'm just saying. In general, that's a long-term injury.
Yes, that's a big problem. I agree.
Just completely changed their defensive line.
Yeah, big problem.
They were getting pushed around, and not by a great. I mean, this is the issue with Detroit was like the interior of their line having lost Ragnow. So, I have major concerns there with potentially with his loss. Patrick Ricard's a big part of their running game. I mean, how many often we talk about fullbacks? Patrick Ricard has got a calf that he had a setback with, and then they didn't have Van Noy, a veteran pass rusher. So these are big losses for Baltimore here. I understand they're still dangerous in a lot of places, particularly at quarterback. But Spags will do a good job with regard to Detroit did a fantastic job not letting him escape there in the way that they.
Campbell's a terrific coach, man. He loses both his coordinators.
Yeah.
I just really love the way they play, too. Like, I love those running backs. Yeah. I'm a huge Gibbs fan. I think Gibbs is a great player. Montgomery is one of the most underrated guys in football. And having those backs, everything just off of that, you can do so much. And I love the way Campbell coaches it. I do.
Yeah, credit to them for zigging when everybody else was zagging, because they drafted a running back and an off-the-ball linebacker in Jack Campbell, and they were laughed at for both of those. And both of those guys are key players that a lot of teams would love to have at this point. And this was, it was pre-Eagles signing Saquon, right? So I think some teams were wise enough to say, we're not going to just thumb our nose at the idea of drafting high or paying a running back, because it's a big part of what you do. Now, if everything else is not right and Saquon hasn't looked like last year because there's been a lot of other stuff that needs to be ironed out. But, again, credit the Lions for that. And it's about culture, right? So when you lose everything they've lost this offseason, you still have the culture. You heard Dan Campbell talk about our best players are the ones that practice the hardest around here. And then, counter that with Ben Johnson in Chicago before this last game saying, we don't have championship caliber practice ethic around here, because he's seen it. He's seen it in Detroit. And so he's talking about the key guys in Chicago better turn it up, because this is what I expect.
Yeah. Hey, we talked about it earlier, but it's Ireland this week. What do you think the long-term plan is going to be? Will it be a franchise in every will it be a franchise in Europe? Will they have an international game every week once they go to they add the extra game to an 18-game schedule? What do you think they're going to do?
Yeah, I think that's the short-term goal, is the extra game, and everybody plays an international game, which could bring in Canada and Mexico, which allows for a lot more easier trips. And I think the long-term plan is a European. You got to have a division. You got to have a division where you can schedule multiple games over there. Again, the hard part. This is the hardest part for me. Is like you get 4 guys injured in a game on Sunday. You got to have a workout on Monday. You got to get those guys there and ready to go on a Tuesday. Where's the workout happening? It's got to be a United States based operation facility.
Right.
Have those guys go there, and then which one won the workout? All right, ship them over, get them over here as fast as you can. That's the long-term goal, and they've got to figure out. I know that there's talk about travel is going to be a lot easier now moving forward with some of the aircraft that they're starting to employ. When is it, Ant? I have no idea.
Yeah.
But sometime in our lifetime.
Yeah. All right. Last thing, Phillies. How you feel? I love the jersey. City Connect. How do you feeling about Red October?
I feel good. I don't see a dominant team elsewhere. This Dodgers team has been not right the entire season. I know they were really banged up pitching wise early in the season, so they got those arms back. So who knows in a short series? That's the problem. I mean, that's the
That is the
frustration
problem. And that's Phillies Dodgers needs to be 7-game series. You can't have a division series because look, if they go Ohtani and Snell 1-2 last now, that's tough, right?
Yeah.
Like they could steal one, and the next thing you know, you're tight bats. You know, it's got to be a 7-game series. It's not fair.
I know, but even in a 7-game series, though, it's like you can. I mean, remember Sabathia started 3 games right in that World Series. Like, how are you supposed to compete with that, right?
Yeah.
And no matter who you have, it's a tough gig. That's my frustration with baseball. Is like you got this long season where you have all the undulations, and you get here, and it's just like, boom, okay, well, you lose a 3-game series. Well, that ain't right.
Right, exactly. No, you're spot on, brother.
I just feel good. I just it has been an absolute joy to watch what Schwarber has done this year. And it makes it fun. It just really does. And just the thought of him launching one, because the crowd reaction there in October versus any other month is just on another level. And I've just got vision of that happening. And that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah. Closure. I'm hoping he's up to the moment.
Why wouldn't he be?
He never pitched in October.
Well, all right.
He's blown 4 saves. Just saying.
I know.
He's got. I know. I got all of a sudden. I'm a little worried about the Durantula. It's a lonely. It's closers and kickers got to be of another mentality, right? They just got to have something a little bit off to operate the way that they do. Goalies,
so.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not a perfect team in any stretch.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. The pitching staff is not what you had in mind coming into the season. I mean, it's Sanchez has been nasty, and you hope that continues. But I just like at this point, it's like the Apollo 13, right? When he's like, well, they're coming in at the wrong angle. Is there anything we can do about it now? No. Then don't say a word.
Right. Exactly. I'm with you. All right, brother. Where you at Sunday?
We got the international games now, so we don't have a game day morning, so we don't cover games now for the next 4 weeks or so. So I'll be working from home. But I hit both of those games. I hit both of those games the other day. Started in Philly, got out of there relatively quick with no help from the police. I thought we were going to get a hookup there. It didn't happen. That's okay. They make you go out the back of the lot anyway. So there's somebody got lost in the mix anyway. You can't get out that front there. But I got out there relatively quickly. Waze kept trying to send me. They took me to Delaware Avenue, and then they were trying to send me back across Oregon toward. But I said, no, I'm not going back there. It's where everybody is.
Right.
So I kept going.
That's when you know better than Waze. Use your eventually dial.
Yeah, eventually Waze was like, oh, I get what you're doing. All right, hop on 95 by 676 and just take 95 north. That's what I did.
Yeah, smart. All right, brother. Kiss the girls for us. All right?
You got it. All right, cuz. Enjoy the games.
There he is, Mikey G from the NFL Network. Coming up, it's a Baldy Friday. Oh, what is he going to be? What's he going to be saying about Eagles? Nobody knows Tampa like Baldy.
No?
He knows everything.
Oh, he is tight with Tampa.
He's in on Tampa.
He goes to rock concerts sometimes with that Tampa organization.
All right. Yeah. We have him. Oh, look at this. It's Baldy. Oh.
Baldy. Oh, let's talk some football. Baldy. Oh, he likes meats and football. Oh, Baldy.
That's still the best picture of him.
Man. The guns out.
You and Beyonce's shirtless is the greatest. Like, this is fabulous.
The sleeves on.
I like with the guns out, cuz. You're muted.
I've got my Riders Cup shirt on here. I mean, it's that Bethpage Black. We played golf when I was growing up at Bethpage. It was just a course, but we used to play midnight golf. You'd go there at midnight. You'd sleep in the parking lot. The doors open at 5 for a tee time. You go get your tee time at 5, go get coffee and go play. Now Bethpage Black is like a premier course. It was a public course. Like knuckleheads like me, we'd go there and play, drink all night, get in line, freaking go out there, tee off at 6 and, be at the beach at 3. It was awesome.
Wow. How about that? I didn't know you were a Bethpageman. That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
well, I mean, Massapequa. I mean, we're 20 minutes away from Bethpage, man. Yeah. So, it was right in our backyard.
I love the high collar with the sleeves out. That's a good look, bro.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I mean, look, today in Florida, I can see the second buoy line. It's 3/4 of a mile. I'm going to swim that out there today, man. Dude. I'm going out. I'm going down to the second buoy today. When it's this calm, I can't wait to get out there.
What's your duty Sunday?
Oh, I'll be at the Indianapolis Rams game.
Oh, that's a good game.
Indiana Jones. It's going to be great. It's going to be at SoFi Stadium. Game. I mean, I walk right across to the NFL Network. As soon as the game is over, I can break down all the 1:00 games till midnight. I got a coffee machine right there. I'm in heaven when I go to LA.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's get to birds and then we'll go around the league. But this is amazing to me, right? Like, Tampa, that team inside and out. Like, you're very close with Todd. You're close with the GM. Like, everybody down there. What kind of shape? They're going to get Wirfs back. So that's going to fix a lot of their line because they had their center playing tackle. That's it. What kind of shape are they in? Now, no Evans. Godwin's coming back off the ankle. How do you kind of see this?
Well, they've won a game by 2 points. They won a game by 1, and they won a game by 3, all in the final 2 minutes, with a completely juxtaposed offensive line. Getting Wirfs back is a big deal. All right. I mean, he's just an elite player, but he's Baker's best friend. They're just joined at the hip. But then, Graham Barton gets to go back to center. He was an excellent rookie year at center. Ben Bredeson leaves center, goes to left guard. But they still need, I don't know who's playing right guard. Luke Haggard, Elijah Klein. They got a backup, Charlie Heck is playing right tackle. I mean, regardless of who's in there, if I'm Jalen Carter, I'm just licking my chops right now. I'm licking my chops. So, I mean, the Eagles should beat them up, in the trenches pretty good. Bucky Irving is not playing well. He's averaging 3 yards a carry because of who's up front. Like, maybe when they get their line back and they get some continuity, he'll start breaking some. But, I mean, this has been Baker's show. Baker's been unreal, to see what he's doing. He's throwing the ball to Buka, and he's throwing it to Sterling Shepard, who was out of football for maybe 2 full years. He's tied for the league lead their lead in receptions, but that's kind of where it starts. Getting Wirfs back is a big deal for them.
Now, no Nolan Smith for the Birds, though. Now, that's a big loss with Nolan going out.
No question. I mean, look, I talked to him on the field last week. He's just a great kid. He's a great student of the game. He's great athletic ability, and so they got to cobble that position together. I mean, they got a bunch. I was watching practice a little bit yesterday. They got all these guys: Josh Uche, Azeez Ojulari, Agbo Okoronkwo. They've got all these guys. I don't know who's going to be up, who's going to be down. Zadarius, Jalen Hunt had a couple quarterback hits last week. They might have to just keep blitzing more than they want to. But Jahad Campbell might be rushing the quarterback a little bit. But I would test the right guard and right tackle pretty good with stunts, twists, put my best players over there. I'd test that right side real good.
What are you seeing from Carter? When it comes to Jalen? Because you're right. This should be a Jalen game. He hasn't been as dominant so far. What are you seeing from Jalen?
Well, he's got 5 quarterback hits in these 2 games he's played. It's not like he's invisible. But he hasn't made the splash plays we're used to seeing so far. Now he did block the kick, so you got to add that to it. They don't win that game if he doesn't block that kick. So, that you got to add that to it. But I feel like There was a conditioning thing a little bit early in the year. He had some injuries, so he missed a lot of time. And so I think he's playing himself back into the kind of condition. But I saw him down the field. He still has that evil smile about him, man. Like that dude, man, like it's just evil, like coming out. And I mean in a good way.
I know you do. I know.
I mean, just in a good way.
Yeah,
like,
I got it. I know, and it's a great way to describe
like
it.
He just has that. He just has that. He's just a prick. He's just a born prick. That's what he wants to do out there in the field.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great description. Any fallout from the first half, second half thing from last week? Now going up against the blitz, the Temple Todd pressures that have really, it's been kind of bewitching to the Eagles.
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, you came out and you said, I know Tampa. I do know Tampa. I go there. I know Todd. I know Jason Light. He texts me every week about somebody. But they know Philly, too. Bruce Arians is Philly, and Todd Bowles is Temple, and Kevin Ross is Temple. I mean, half their staff came through Temple. So they've got family. Like, they're reading the Inquirer. They're listening to WIP. I mean, they're listening to your show. Like, they're all plugged in. Jason Light's an Eagle. Like, they know the Eagles, too. And Todd feels like he knows Jalen. Like, he feels like he knows what can get him. Last week against the Jets and Tyrod Taylor, they ran the same freaking weak side overload blitz 6 times. I put it out there. And they got a sack fumble. They got an interception out of it. If something starts working and you don't fix it, if you don't adjust, if you don't make them pay, they'll keep coming with it. Or some version of it. It was either Jacob Parrish, the rookie out of Kansas State, who's a really good player, probably their best defensive player right now, or it was Antoine Winfield. So it was one of those two guys coming through the B gap. Like, they're going to test the Eagles' protection. Now it looks like Lane hopefully will be back out there. That'll help a lot. And they'll get some continuity up there. But they're going to see, and it's not just third downs. Like, they'll blitz to stop the run. They'll blitz to stop Saquon. Like, they've got blitzes for every occasion.
Listen, I don't know. Do you look at it this way? They're 3-0. Whether they should be 2-1 or 1-2, whatever you want to look at it, they're 3-0. So you look at this game, you come out of it. If you lose, nothing shakes you. You still kind of know who you are, right? Like, you know the Eagles are among the elites. Do you feel that way? Is that because that's kind of how I look at it?
You do, except that exactly the same thing you just talked to with Mike, and exactly how you came on the air with me is Tampa's got your number. And if you see each other in the playoffs, that's so you can eliminate that by going down there in the heat. In Florida Heat, I'm here right now. The Florida Heat is real. Like, I don't care don't tell me about being tough. It's nonsense. Florida Heat is different than any other place. Like, you practice in that stuff. There's a reason why they practice indoors a lot down in Tampa, because it just drains you. It just drains you. And sometimes you just in pregame warmup, if you're not careful, like I was on the field last week against the Rams. It was a gorgeous day. No humidity, 75. It was perfect football. You could go down there, have a full warm-up, be just fine. You do that in Tampa on Sunday, you might be gassed by time kickoff comes.
Yeah, the worst, I think I was at camp in Swanee, Georgia, and I remember going, this is the worst heat. And it's the same thing in Tampa, Florida. Like, when it's August in Swanee and it's 100 degrees and the humidity is 98%, and the air feels like paste going down.
Well, it's soup. It's just soup. You're breathing in thick soup. Like, I was down there at 6:30 at the ocean this morning, and it was, it's going to be hot and humid here. And it's going to be the same thing on Sunday. And I've been down there. Like, I was there when whoever that kicker was in Tampa beat the Eagles on the final field goal back in 2006 or something like that. Like, Andy was out there. Like, Donovan was dying. They were all dying. And it kicked their ass that day. The Heat kicked their ass. They got beat by Tampa. But there's no excuses. But still, you have to prepare for it. You have to know that you can't give yourself the same pregame warm-up that Stout takes his guys with. Like, you gotta pace yourself before that game.
So I'm curious about, because I talked to Mike about this. I need your opinion about the rest of the division, because the Cowboys are a complete mess now. And without CeeDee Lamb, I mean, you could see what's going to happen with Green Bay on Sunday.
Well, I mean, Caleb throws 4 touchdown passes. All right, offensive player of the week, great. First one, all right, to Roma Dunze. Trayvon Diggs tries to punk him at the line of scrimmage, and Dunze runs right by him wide open. Luther Burden on a throwback from Swift to Caleb goes down the field. He runs right by both safeties, wide open, touchdown, 75 yards. Cole Kmet, YY formation, double seam. They both defenders take Loveland. Cole Kmet's wide open. The last touchdown to DJ Moore, there was an assault within 10 yards of him. And they did the same thing against the Giants. Their secondary stinks, but they also have no pass rush. So, Mike is going to come. He's going to show them all, because even without great stats last week against Cleveland, Michael was a factor. He was a force. And so, I mean, he's going to go show them up. This is going to be, I think Green Bay gets right. They lost Tyler Booker, the right guard. That kid, him and Tyler Smith at guards, that might be the best tandem of guard in the league.
Yeah.
Tyler Booker was playing great. That's good. You could say, okay, they've got backups. All right, well, they got backups is what they have.
I mean, I look at this NFC and I go, it's a 3-team kind of NFC. Tampa is probably on the edge. I mean, I don't know what Wentz is going to do.
Well, Seattle's good. Seattle's good. All right. I mean, look, Arizona came back last night at home, down 20-6, but Seattle's defense, they're going to be a factor. They're going to be a factor. They've won 3 in a row. They're going to be a good team.
I don't buy the quarterback. I mean, listen, he does what he does, and he'll keep.
He didn't miss a throw last night.
What's that?
Sam Darnold didn't miss a throw last night.
Yeah, I mean, I like their defense. I love Smith and Jigba, but
okay.
I look at the Eagles, the Packers, and the Lions as the elites. And then you have your Tampa, Seattle. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what Washington is. I mean, they ran for 200 yards last week with Marcus Mariota at quarterback. I haven't seen Marcus. Now, it was the Raiders. I get it. But still, they ran for 200 yards, and it was the way that they ran it. Cliff came up with some runs that other teams aren't defending. I mean, formations, players, Debo. It was creative stuff. I wouldn't, McLaurin's going to get healthy. You miss all the camp. You're going to have those muscle things, but Jaden's going to get back.
Is there defense? How's their defense? Do you like their defense?
Well, Vaughn closed out the game the other day. He can still bring some heat off the edge. I don't like the pass rush. The secondary, Marshawn Lattimore, I would go at him. I don't know that he can quite run the same. They've got some holes, no question, like a lot of teams. They lost a really good defensive tackle. A couple weeks ago, so they're a little thinner up front. But they put 2 new guards in there the other day, and they played really good up front.
Do you are you tight with Dan Campbell?
Not particularly. I mean, I know Dan, but it's not like I'm texting him or going out to.
It feels like you would be. It feels like you would be. I love Dan Campbell, right?
I mean. Look, that was a phenomenal effort the other night. They ran 3 plays in the run game, and they just blew what. Now, Baltimore's playing without their 2 best pass rushers, all that kind of stuff. But still, I've known David Montgomery since he was in high school in Ohio. I've never seen him run 70 yards with the ball in his hands, ever. Iowa State, Toledo, Chicago, Detroit. I've never seen him run 70 yards. That, that's just, that 1-2 punch is really, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, no, I just love the way I'm a huge Gibbs guy, and I love the way they go at it. I love the way I love his aggressiveness. There's something about him, man. He loses 2 coordinators, and, they're back. They're healthy on defense.
Well, not just back, but Johnny Morton, the offense coordinator, replacing Ben Johnson. They went for it on 3 4th downs, right? And each 4th down was a different play.
Yeah.
And a creative, not just a different play.
Yeah.
A creative play.
The double pitch was awesome.
I mean, who runs that play?
Yeah.
So Amon-Ra St. Brown, who runs that play to Jahmyr Gibbs? You don't just put that play in, you practice that play a bunch. Because anything that goes wrong, whether it's the handoff, the pitch, like the whole play gets blown up.
Yeah.
But yet that's a fourth down play that ends up a touchdown. So, the fourth down play to St. Brown was off the same run that they ran right and left all game long, play action, and Goff dropped it in perfectly. Like they were humming. They were humming pretty good.
Yeah. There's just something. He seems like a meat locker guy.
He is. No, Dan's good, man. He's really good. But he only cares about his team. He could care less about anything else. That's it. Just his team.
Are you going to get a chance to watch any college football tomorrow night? Like, we got two big
Well,
games.
I mean, the whiteout tomorrow night, man. Come on. Penn State, Oregon is going to be a classic. We're going to find, Drew Aller could win the Heisman, on Saturday night. Like, he could easily be in the front runner if he plays his ass off. That offense line is really good. The backs are really good at Penn State. That's Dan
Lanning.
They can
run on Oregon. They can run on.
Dan Lanning is a great coach. He's a great coach. He's a master motivator. He's a great recruiter. Like, this is going to be a classic. That's going to be awesome. But I'm doing college football. I'm doing Texas OU. I'm doing Texas A&M. Like, I'm going to see some of these guys here in the next couple of weeks, man. I'm excited.
Well, I can't wait for you to hear you talk about Arch.
Yeah, I'm going to go meet him.
You got to see Arch because there's a lot of worry going on down there.
Well, that kid at Oklahoma, I hope that thumb's okay, Mateer. That kid can flat out play, man.
Yeah, Mateer's terrific. And then you got Georgia, Alabama tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah. No, this is big. This is a big weekend, man.
Yeah,
big weekend.
It's a great football weekend. All right, I know you got to roll, so be safe on your trip, on your journey.
Thanks, cuz.
All right, and we'll catch up next week.
I'll talk to you next week, man. Yep, you bet.
Thanks, buddy. There he is, Baldy, checking in. All right, we got take care of some business. That's Baldy's Big Hits, brought to us by Ford, which we love. All right.
I thought he was going to take a shot again and be like, wow, they didn't run the tush push in those four fourth downs. Remember he took the shot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was irascible the other day.
He's much better today.
Today he was going to go
back to normal.
You know why? Because he saw the water.
He saw the buoy. He's going to go swimming.
Yeah.
Just a mile and a half swim.
I know. In the ocean.
Mile.
Yeah.
In the ocean.
No big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal.
God bless him is the truth. All right, let's take care of some business. We got Todd. We got some nugs to go over. Lots to do before we get out of here. But let's talk about Parks Casino, Street Road Bend, Salem, and the big event that's happening Monday night. Huge. What's happening Monday night? Well, it's a look ahead. The round table of Red October. Phillies will get underway next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, will be our first playoff game. This is the last 3 games of the season. Then a week from Sunday, it's on. A week from Saturday, it's on. All right? And to commemorate this, the round table at Parks Casino, Charlie Manuel, John Kruk, Ricky Batalico, Ben Davis, Tommy Green, all together, round table in the sports book, 6 o'clock Monday. Perfect time, right? You got a 6 o'clock, you got a doubleheader of Monday Night Football. So you go early to Parks Casino, hang in the sports book, see the guys, talk baseball, playoff baseball, and then you go watch 2 football games. Because you get the ones at 7:15, the others at 8:15. You got the giant wall screens so you can watch the games. Great night. First come, first seat. 6 o'clock. Charlie Manuel, John Kruk, Ricky Bo, Ben Davis, Tommy Green, Phillies Roundtable. Make sure you go and hang out. Parks Casino, going to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let's talk about some of my favorite people over at Shady Rays, because they're doing something that I love. I love good sunglasses. I rarely leave the house without them, except there was a time when I was a little hesitant to bring my nice sunglasses like on the road with me, because I left a pair once up in Toronto at a hotel and it was just a disaster and I couldn't replace them. So I've always been leery. But then I found Shady Rays, because they changed the game. These sunglasses, they're made for real life. They're seriously good looking. They're polarized, durable, and not stupidly expensive. But here's the totally crazy, cool, and wild part. If you lose them, if you break them on day one, If you just can't stand them, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. It's it. It's simple. So now I wear my sunglasses and bring them without fear. Bring them to ball games. Bring them hiking through the city, concerts, mosh pits. Wherever I go, I bring my Shady Rays because it's the eyewear that's got your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use the code PHLY for 35% off polarized shades and try for yourself. The sunglasses rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
All right. I love it. A couple things. And then we got the bitch and complain line. Make sure that if you want to get involved with the bitch and complain line, especially if you're watching the game, like on Sunday, perfect. Voice memo, get your phone. All right. Either take a video, right? All right.
Yeah.
That's bitch and complain line. Or like you have some fun with it. Or just voice memo and then send it to Andrew.
Yeah, don't worry what you look like. We're all ugly. We don't need to set up a ring light, nothing like that. We're all, look at us.
Ring light.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just, again.
That's why you don't see my face.
Video when you do
I'd
it.
kill you.
Your email.
My email. I'm going to put it on the screen right now, but it is andrew@allphly.com.
All right. So send it over. All right. We should put a thing on the website that if you want to check it, send the video.
Put my email on the
do
website.
it, all right. So you should. Put your email on the website. Like, for all videos and voice memos for the bitch and complain line, send it to Andrew. All right. It's perfect. So you can do that. You can also tweet it to us if you want to do that as well. But the bitch and complain line is a lot of fun. We got a couple that we're going to play coming up shortly. But again, we have a diehard sale here going on.
That we do.
And you want to become a diehard. It's such a big deal. Like, you get so much stuff. Fran Duffy, who's unbelievable. His game plans twice weekly, you get inside football, like really inside stuff, breakdowns and look aheads. Yes. You got to check it out, man.
Got some good EJ stuff, and Charlie O'Connor Flyers are getting ready to heat up.
Our Sixer coverage is the best in the city.
And you got
I think all of our stuff.
You got two options: $59, you get a nice hat; $36, you pick out a shirt. Especially they got the shirt right there, the one Franny was wearing today, the step over.
Yeah, which is great, great stuff. A little fun, please. It helps, and also like and subscribe. Tell your friends, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. Okay, just to subscribe here on the YouTube channel and hit your likes, because the likes are a big deal with the algorithm. It helps.
They sure are.
All right. So this weekend, we say goodbye to the Phillies regular season.
Yeah.
Schwarber needs 2 to tie, 3 to break Peace's record.
Yes.
Does he get it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah?
I think he ties.
He gets the tie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both say the tie.
Yeah, I feel the tie.
I'm trying to see. The matchup today is Joe Ryan.
Joe Ryan's...
He's a right-handed good pitcher.
Joe Ryan's good.
We'll see if Schwarber's ever faced him.
Does Zebby Matthews starting in this series?
I don't know. Schwarber's never faced Joe Ryan. Who?
Zebby Matthews, because he's a gas can, gives up a lot of home runs.
Now, this is kind of a weak take, but can't they just kind of like, maybe give him 1 or 2 now that they know that he's going for the record? Like, just like,
you know who Saturday is? Saturday is
mean that
Abel. Abel's pitching Saturday. I read that yesterday.
Oh, really? He's going to hit 2 off Abel.
Now, I can see Abel giving his boy a meatball.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you should never. No.
A meatball sub.
That's the Strahan
free
thing. Like laying down. It's bad.
I know. You shouldn't do that.
It's a bad take.
I was looking at, I don't know who Sunday is, but I'm looking at futures.
What do you got, futures?
Phillies are now tied with the Dodgers. They were a little behind them. Now they're both plus 500 to win the World Series. Phillies are slight favorite to win the National League. They're plus 225. Dodgers are plus 250.
Well, you're going to have the Phillies have home field.
It's interesting. You know what Parks does not have up? National League Cy Young. Because I don't know if they've got the odds. It's neck and neck, man. Sanchez is right there.
Paul Skeens?
With Skeens. I think it was.
I would love to say it. I can't imagine him beating Skeens.
No?
No.
Why? I mean, you think it's just their stats are ridiculously close.
He schemes. He's got a.
He's playing
I
in
know
no
the
games
stat-
that mean anything.
I know the stats. I'm with you. I think Sanchez deserves it. I would vote for Sanchez, but knowing these voters, they're going to go with the names.
Sanchez goes 6-7 innings. Skeens goes 5 or 6.
I agree with you. Again, you're not. If I'm voting, I'm voting for Sanchez.
Do you think like the weight of the Wheeler injury is impacted in that voting
Should help.
because they be like, okay, he stepped up at a big time,
should help. Yeah.
you know? So
I think you're right. I think it's a great argument for Christopher Sanchez. Sunday, all the games are 3:00. Just so you know.
Okay.
Because every game is between 3:05 and 3:20 in baseball.
Interesting.
For the last day of the season. And the last day, he's got a shot to break this thing. Woods Richardson is pitching for Minnesota on Sunday. And he's a right-hander. So you'll have Abel and Richardson, Woods Richardson. You got a good shot.
Yes, I do. I think he's going to grab
You
two.
got a good shot.
I think you grab
hit a couple. All right. You got a good shot, man. I like it. And then we got, don't forget, we talked a lot about college football at Penn State. We have our Penn State show with Franny and Tyler breaking down Penn State, Oregon. We got our full slate of taking a look at all the betting games between college football and all day Sunday. The Brain and I go through that. So that's up as well. So you got all kinds of things. It's a great sports weekend.
It should be fun.
Ryder Cup right
Ryder
now
Cup.
it's 3-0 for Europe.
Yeah, dude, this American team is weak.
Yeah,
They are.
I like the European golfers more.
But you know what the thing is with these European golfers? Half of them have been here since they were 14 years old.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know,
they're Americanized.
it's for bogus.
Yeah,
It's for bogus. All right. Time now to go to the bitch and complain line. Who do we got first?
yeah. We got Sammy from England calling in about the Sixers. Here we go. If you want to hear it.
Weird.
I want to apologise. Normally I come on the show and I have a bit of positivity and I don't have any. I'm so angry, absolutely livid. And Cuz will guess right now, and I'll just pause for a second. Cuz, what am I going to be angry about?
The Sixers!
Yes, the 76ers. For God's sake, what is going on with the Sixers, man? There's something wrong with the training facility, I swear. There's like, is there a Celtics jersey buried under the courts there or something? Because, my Lord, like, since we moved there, the injuries have just been absolutely ridiculous. Is our balls not pumped up enough that, that McCain's caught it and has hurt his fingers? Embiid and Paul George joints got worse because the flooring ain't right. Is players getting ill because of the water? I don't know what's going on in Jersey, man, but my God, I'm livid. I love this team. I've spent, close to $20,000 probably coming over to watch this team. I've watched 25 games, of which some of them I've admitted I've gone there knowing I'm not going to see a good product right during the process era, but I've gone out the last 15 times and I've never got to see the whole time I've been out there the best players play every game. I go out for 2 or 3 games and I never see it. It's going to be the same again this year, and it's going to be the same again next year until this team change. And it's not just on Joel Embiid and his injuries, it's just the whole thing. It's just an absolute farce. And
You're
I'm
right,
fed up with it.
Sam.
Something's got to change. I'm not happy. The Sixers, the only reason you're relevant is because you bring out good jerseys. The Spectrum ones, legit. The black jerseys from the Iverson era, legit. But that's not going to keep you going. You're just lucky that the Eagles and the Phillies are legit teams and that they're sitting here talking about other things on talk radio and podcasts and media outlets, because otherwise you'll be getting absolutely destroyed. That's my rant done. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds, dude. I'm with you.
Well done, Sammy.
I'm with you. Sammy, they are filled with angst.
Oh, he's choking off, dude. Yeah.
That one got him.
Tooch just said, my man, Sam rules.
I like the dramatic pause to give you a moment to answer. It's well done by Sam.
Well done is right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That freaking team.
Here we go.
I actually believe this. I believe, and I was pro-process all the way. They gave a middle finger to Karma, and Karma is giving it back.
I mean, enough's
Double
enough.
bird.
This is longer than the whole process was.
It's
at
a
this
double
point.
bird. We're paying. We're paying for the sins. I'm telling you, it's karma. It's why I love how the Flyers are going about their rebuild. They're quiet. There's no there's no name to it. They're doing it the right way. You're like, well, we're trying every bit of it. You know, there's no like give up. Flyers will escape karma, all right, doing a proper rebuild. But I believe that calling it the process, doing it on so outlandish, by the way, we're in overtime. OT.
Do you think the Flyers will escape it?
I do, because here's why. The process was overly done. Hickey overdid it. He thumbed his nose at competition. Right. And listen, I was for it. And I still would do it over again. But he was so outward about it.
Right.
That we got bit by karma.
It became a joke.
Right.
The fans actually got in on
it. Like, it was a whole thing. And we're paying the price.
Well,
Flyers aren't over the top. They didn't. The Sixers got how many number one draft picks, dude?
What is the price to pay? We're paying the price. What is the price to
pay? Simmons. These are all one overall. How in the world did they not do anything? My Lord. Let's go back to the bitch complaint line.
All right, we have one more. It's from Uncle Frank. Here we go.
Wait me here.
Fighting's currently up 1-0 in the 6th.
I love Josie the dog.
Ty's tying one on. Josie's
tying one on
to be my prom date, I think. Jesus.
These are great.
Josie, get the Holy Spirit between us. Anyway, unfortunately, the acronym RISP currently stands for Runs in Small Production. Thank you. Period. By the way, VG, I want you to write 100 times, I shall never bark like a Georgia Bulldog. Because you can't, my friend. Perhaps larger cooliones will give you a deeper voice. Anyway, I'm busted. You're my man.
Oh my God, that's fabulous. The fact that he's off screen
yes.
and it's just the dog watching the baseball game is absolutely brilliant. Brilliant.
That's 4 gummies for you.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Uncle Frank had it wrong. RISP is recording in stoned position. He's super high there. Come on, Uncle Frank.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
That was good.
And I have to say something.
Yeah.
He's right. You should never bark. You tried to do it today. How bad was that bark?
Yeah, it was a yip. It wasn't a bark. It was a yip.
I know.
Yeah.
Eat. For God's sakes. Eat some meat.
Like those dogs are the most vicious. I mean, if you've worked with dogs, those yippy barks are the most vicious dogs. Hands down. I'd rather handle any big dog. Those smaller dogs, terrors.
Okay.
Terrors.
Seriously, Andrew. Ryan.
Yeah, man, you gotta. It's got to be from the belly. You got to. That's yeah.
You sound ridiculous barking like that.
That's a real bark.
More ridiculous than me. Like,
yeah.
Dude.
You're like a baby bark.
It's a puppy bulldog.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, dude, it's tough. That's tough.
Oh my God.
Oh man, people are ripping Uncle Frank's TV being in the cabinet.
That's awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, it's a Friday. And what to watch? There's so much good stuff going on. Black Rabbit, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like it. Well done. We got lots of good stuff going on. Here to give us what to watch is our own TV Todd, not Bowles. Act like a man.
you can't handle the truth.
It's time for TV Todd.
There he is! Todd! You're mute.
Yeah. Uncle Frank just killed me. I was dying.
Is that not great? Is that
He
not
cracked. It was the cadence of his delivery that really got me too.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. He sounded like the dude. I mean, he was great. He was great. And I love him off screen and just the dog on the screen watching a ball game.
Perfect.
His last one, the dog was licking itself the whole time.
I don't know about that. I think I like this version better.
Can I just say for the record in chat, Big Farts Jones says VG is right. As a postal carrier, can confirm the little dogs are psychos. Thank you, Fartsy. Always on point.
How weak is VG's bark?
Well, I mean, I think he could do better. VG, like I figure, like maybe at the pub, 1:30 in the morning, you could really get it going.
I'm a plant head. I'm not a meathead. I'm an herb head. I'm not a meathead.
Yeah, he can't get it going.
Not trying to sound like that.
No, he can't get it going. God forbid he eats a piece of meat.
Come on.
My Lord.
Black beans, yeah.
All right. Lots of good content going on. I mean, Todd, that Black Rabbit is good.
Yeah, I loved it. I finished it the other day. What's funny about it? Well, listen, after our last show, I got a phone call and I got ridiculed, torn up and down by Black Gritty. Black Gritty said I was way off on the Spike Lee movie. It was one of the worst movies he's ever seen. And he said, even though he likes Black Rabbit, he couldn't help but wish that the roles were reversed, that Jude Law played the Justin Bateman role and vice versa. He has a point with that. As I watched it, I thought I could see why someone would say that, but I really enjoyed the
love
series.
Jude Law. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't
Great.
know, man. I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, I can see it because I think the problem is a lot of people don't see Justin Bateman as this, character that he's trying to be.
I don't know. I think listen, he's always himself. The one thing about Justin Bateman, and I love him, I like him, but he's always himself. He's got, no matter what it is, he's that guy. He's like Vince Vaughn. Like, he can't escape himself.
Yes.
And that's him. But you know what? I can dig it. Like the beard, the whole thing, the look. I mean, I buy it. I don't not buy it.
I thought the look was great.
Yeah.
And I just loved the grittiness of it. I'll tell you, the guy from Coda who plays the mob leader, won the Academy Award for Coda, he was incredible. Now, he's deaf, so he's very expressive in his face and his facial expressions, but I thought he stole the series.
Yeah, he's a great character. I gotta tell you, he's a great character, and the use of the sign language with him is deep, right? Like I thought the Suns were cartoonish, right? But I loved him. Like, he was great. Like, there was a scene, like one of the first scenes where Jude Law goes to see him, and they have to hash this out. And he throws the coffee on him. And I'm like, wow. And I was like, that was real. Like, people like that. Like, they'll just flip the script. Like, yeah, I love you, but, can't pay, you're done,
Yeah. I'm certainly not going to give anything away. I thought it was a very satisfying ending. I love the ending. I thought it was very well done. And so it stuck the landing. I highly recommend the show.
Yeah, I think it was really good. There's so much good stuff out right now.
All right. Because here's the thing. I usually come on your show every week and probably talk about, 5 or 6 different series or films. Today, we really can only talk about 2, and we shouldn't talk about more than 2. The first one, and I watched the first episode this morning. House of Guinness on Netflix.
Oh, wow. Wow. It's out. Oh, thank you for letting me know it's out.
It's out. All episodes are out, and I watched the first episode, so let me run it down for your audience. So it's from Stephen Knight, Peaky Blinders creator, Thousand Blows creator, absolute genius when it comes to creating these worlds and showing us these worlds. So we've talked about it on previous shows as it looks like it's going to be Peaky Blinders meets Succession, but in the context of the Guinness family. Right. And let me tell you, after watching the first episode, it absolutely is that and delivers. So what it basically is, it's like, 1838, 1838 Ireland, ruled by the British. It opens up with Sir Benjamin Guinness, who dies. He's the patriarch of the Guinness family. And there's a revolution going on, and these Irish this rebellion group called the Fenians, they're angry at the Guinness family for supplying beer to Britain because Ireland is under British rule and they're trying to escape the British rule. Well, the show starts out, it starts at the very beginning. It says, this is a fiction show based on true stories. And it gets immediately into the fact that the patriarch is dead and now the four siblings are taking over Guinness. And the four siblings are the classic, there's one ne'er-do-well guy, there's a strong woman, there's a brother named Arthur. Like it's already in that world. What? It's amazing. And I'll tell you something else I caught. In the first episode, they use at some point the theme song from Mobland.
Oh my God. I love it. I can't wait for it. Oh man, that's good stuff.
It's got the peaky feel from the moment it opens, the look, the darkness, the industrial. This is going to be a big show.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh my God. That's amazing.
And it is Succession, because what they're doing is the Irish rebellion group is going to try to expose the secrets and the faults of the siblings to try to destroy the empire and take over the business and stop, having their beer and money go to Britain.
Wow. Pat McClune's got to love this.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I'm even in on this one. I don't find much TV I'm interested in, but I'll
I'm
watch
watching this
one.
week.
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
That sounds outrageous.
Yeah.
Love it.
Listen, it's hard for me to focus on another show. Like there's some great stuff streaming. 28 Years Later is finally streaming, and we'll talk about the next big piece of content.
Well, you know what's
gotta see
interesting?
this. Yeah.
You watched it this morning. I could not watch that show in the morning.
It's got to be dark?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Just like go to a dark room, pull your curtain shut.
No, I can't. It's a body clock.
What?
I can't watch that kind of
drama,
like a brilliant drama in the morning. Doesn't go with coffee. It just, it's got to be like a lead up capper to the evening.
Well, okay. I wanted to watch it specifically.
Address this, would you, Todd? Please address this.
Well, I never think. I guess I watch so much content. I never really think of the time of day that I watch it. But in fairness, I watched the first episode this morning in anticipation of the show here.
No, you were doing your homework. I get that.
And also it's I watch on the treadmill in the mornings. I watch content. So
yeah. Interesting. I want to be like set. I want to have a Guinness watching that show. I will have Guinness while I watch that show.
I think it's mandatory.
That's true. And remember, VG's home is probably dark all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
There's a coffin. Yeah.
Mine actually is dark all the time.
He sleeps upside down.
The crypt.
Yeah. You walk into that. God only knows what's in there.
The door creaks as you walk in.
Yeah. Look at them.
Some spiders, lots of spiders.
Yeah,
bats fly at you when the door opens.
I am the bat.
I mean, look how
You're the bat.
he is the bat. Look at him. I mean, he's transparent. His face blends in with his goatee.
Yeah, that's not a bat on his hat. That's a white bat or a bird.
Yeah.
It's a bat.
So what's the other one?
Go back.
All right, so here's the other one, and one of my favorite directors of modern times. This is only his 11th film, I believe, maybe 11th, I think. Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another opened up last night, and the reviews are
Benicio
off the charts. Leo, Benicio, Sean Penn. So this is, and you know what's funny? So
are you going to see it today?
I can't see it today, but I will absolutely
Can't see it
this
today because
weekend.
he's got a life. The thing's like 3 hours long. Jeez, oh man.
Is it? I didn't even look at the running time.
Yeah, it's like 2:45.
I
saw
Great.
the trailer. The trailer looked great,
Great.
but I was like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Shut
out of
Put
here.
down.
Jesus.
3 hours is
On
not
Find
long.
an editor. My gosh.
I would be upset if it was a short running Paul Thomas Anderson film.
Yes.
There Will Be Blood. I mean, I want the big Paul Thomas Anderson film.
You have great taste. Unlike
Yeah.
Love Island
I will.
over here.
I'll be seeing it. So, like, loosely, it's based on a book that was written in 1990, I believe. But it's the story of Leonardo DiCaprio is kind of this off the grid stoner ex-revolutionary, and his daughter gets involved with this new revolutionary group called the French 75. And what they're doing is they're rescuing immigrants from a detention center in California, and they run into this is a great name, cuz you'll love the character name, Colonel Stephen Lockjaw, who's played by Sean Penn.
Wow, Lockjaw.
Who is humiliated by this. He's the commanding officer of this detention center. It looks, this looks so good.
Oh my God. That is awesome. That looks out. I love it.
Yeah, it
And
does look good.
Benicio is like some sensei that comes in. It's got a lot of, like, it looks like it's got a lot of comedy, like dark comedy and action. They say it's Paul Thomas Anderson's most commercial film. But I love this guy. What I love about him is he switches genres all the time.
Yeah, he does, so talented.
He does like Hard 8, which is like a crime film. Then he comes at us with Boogie Nights. Then he comes at us with Magnolia, Phantom Thread, There Will Be Blood, Licorice Pizza. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. He's incredible.
Yeah, he's amazing. I love him. I can't wait for and to have that cast to work with is going to be incredible.
Yeah, what's coming out now is, like, of course, the obligatory let's rank Paul Thomas Anderson's films from top to bottom. And I take issue with so many of these rankings. I've seen them. I don't know how you don't put Boogie Nights or There Will Be Blood at the top. I think those two are absolutely at the top.
Yeah, Boogie Nights. And I go Blood, Boogie, 1, 2. Yeah.
Bloody Boogie.
I have a little bit of a weird one, but it's just, I go Magnolia, which no one does. Magnolia, Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood. I'll tell you the ones I
like Magnolia. I mean, it was bust out. Like it's a mind bender.
It is. The one film I loved, Phantom Thread. I loved Licorice Pizza. I even loved Punch Drunk Love with Adam Sandler. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, very well done.
The one, if I had to put one at the bottom, Inherent Vice didn't grab me.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a film noir. It didn't grab me.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see it.
Was Phantom Thread the one with Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a new movie coming out that looks phenomenal.
Well, him and his son directs it.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I love that. I'm a huge Leonardo DiCaprio fan. I love Leo. He's just the best. Did you see he was on a podcast? They had their own podcast, and they tried to change his name.
No.
He's on a podcast. He finally gets an agent, right? And the agent says, all right, but we got to change your name. The first order of business is changing your name to Lenny.
Rough start.
Lenny It was like whatever, like not a vowel at the end of it. Lenny Denard or something. It was like something like that. And he goes, I told my father. My father went nuts. My father went, get the frig out of here with this guy. You're not changing your name to be some Hollywood jerk off. All right. Like, no way. Like, I never heard him talk about his dad. I was like, oh, I love this guy. This guy's the best. He went nuts. He goes, my father would never let. He's like, no. And by the way, like, how stupid. Like, these people, the agent want you to change. And Benicio del Toro said the same thing, that they wanted him to change his name to Ben.
Ben?
Yeah, Ben something. Like, are you guys nuts? This day and age, you want people to change their names? What makes you great? Like,
agents and executives, man, hard to trust in this business.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. But, DiCaprio's the great. To me, like, you want to rate, like, DiCaprio movies, he's the greatest, man.
Oh, I mean, going back to What's Eating Gilbert Grape even, I mean, he's just a true talent. But, yeah, this cast, I love Sean Penn, Benicio. The fact that this movie is getting off the charts ratings, too, is, great. It's icing on the top. But if your listeners could take a break from sports this weekend and go to the theaters, this is the one to see.
Man, you're killing me. This is such a tough weekend. Like,
it's got to be tonight.
I know, has to. Like, we got like a full slate of college football tomorrow, right? Like Penn State, Oregon, like big games. You got NFL Sunday. Tonight's got to be my house and Guinness.
Got to be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
And then
I love
next
it.
week I got to go maybe a Tuesday showing because I want to see that in the movies.
Yeah, you go to what you got. Listen, I hate saying this. It's just the truth. You got to go to the movies now at off times because, man, the rudeness in theaters is crazy now. People just talking out loud and on their phones like they're sitting on their couch. I'm shocked sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, the use of phones is like really bad.
It's and the people coming in way late.
Yeah.
And they got their phones out as lights while they're coming in late.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's crazy out there.
Really?
Yeah. And then the loud snack. I can't stand somebody with a loud snack. It takes away from
Okay, well, that's always
like
been.
Pop Rocks. What's the loud snack?
Like the crinkle, the bag crinkle, all that.
Yeah, but that's always been that.
You got to get the cellophane off the chocolate and stuff pre-movie.
Yes.
You got to get all
right.
that stuff done.
But that's always been stuff. You're telling me that there's an etiquette issue? That they don't understand how to watch a movie in a theater anymore?
No, and it's all the things that those guys just mentioned, but it's also the talking, like having loud conversations during the movie, like you're sitting in your living room. I do have to find myself going. I do go like Tuesdays at lunchtime or just off times.
So, are you a say something? Like, I would have to say something after a while.
No, not in this day and age. I don't say anything. You know what I do? I get up and move.
Yeah.
You can't say anything anymore. You don't know what kind of psycho. Like we're living in a different time, cuz I wouldn't mess with anybody.
Yeah. I hear you. I don't know if I can I don't know if I can suppress it.
You probably can't.
You remember I tell you that story about going to a kids movie?
Yep.
You almost beat up people.
Well, no,
they shushed
my son.
They shushed your kids.
They shushed Anthony and Massimo. We're at a kids movie. You're not. You don't belong here. You're 25 years old. Two jerk-offs. Shushing a kid.
Yeah,
movie.
you don't
probably
shush your
Andrew's
kid.
probably at that movie.
It was probably you.
I wasn't at that movie.
Hey, cuz, I didn't want to. When are we going to talk about with your audience, Universal Basic Guys, which season 2 premieres Sunday?
Oh my God! Does it really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great.
Should we talk about it next week?
Yeah. Let's do it next week.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it next week. That'll be funny. That'll be cool.
There's some big movies coming up next week too. The
What do we got?
Good Boy, the dog horror movies coming out. Bone Lake, like a little horror movie, supposed to be pretty good. And there's that Smashing Machine with The Rock playing the MMA guy, getting a little pre-release Academy Award chatter.
Can't have an Academy Award for MMA. Come on, bro.
It's
You got a
about
10-minute
guy.
standing ovation.
It's
He
about,
cried.
it's about a terrible, like, crazy life.
Come on.
You know what's funny? VG sent that over to me, and I took a look at it, and yeah, it's getting a lot of buzz. I mean, I think it could be really good. But what's funny to me about these, I always laugh about these, how long the applause is at these film festivals now, because it's obviously becoming a thing. I mean, you remember like The Whale, Brendan Fraser, like the applause was like 20 minutes long. What's funny about those stories to me, not just the narcissistic, obsessed, Hollywood, but everyone in those audiences at film festivals, and I know I go, they're all the people that worked on the film.
Right.
So
you cheer for yourself.
They're
you cheer for yourself.
Yeah, they're trying to get posts about it and clicks about it and all that kind of fun stuff.
And maybe Todd and Andrew can help me out, because I see the trailers when I went to the movies last weekend. There's another Avatar.
Yeah.
Do people really care about these avatars? Like, James Cameron's dedicated
Some
the last
people
20
do.
years to Avatar movies.
Yeah.
Like,
there's two more after this
do they
one.
do well at the box office, Todd?
They do well. They don't just do well at the box office. They do really well streaming.
Huh.
Yeah, there's two
Not
more
my
after
thing.
this new one coming out.
I am so out on the
Really?
Avatar.
Yeah, there's like a total of 5.
Cameron, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
He's still obsessed
Right.
with the story.
Yes. I don't
He's
get it.
obsessed.
Story
He's
ends?
obsessed with that world. I mean, I saw the first one. I didn't see anything beyond the first one.
Me neither. The first one was fine.
People learn the
Fine.
language. Like, there's like a whole thing online where you can go and learn the actual language, and people talk to each other in they call it Navi.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm way out. Hey, last thing.
Yeah.
Sixers karma. All right. The fact is, during the Sixers process, is that they thumbed their nose. And really, Hinkie started the whole thing. And listen, I like Sam, and I was all for it, and I probably would do it all over again. But he was so over the top that I think he's the one that put us all in motion. That this whole series of bad luck and everything else is all due to the universe of what Sam did to the universe. Whereas the way the Flyers are going about it, low key, the right way, and they never got like so bad that it was embarrassing. And I think it's going to be a better result. Like, I can't wait. Like, they're supposedly in a rebuild. I can't wait for this season. Like, Flyers are starting. I'm fired up over the Flyers.
Yeah, I think the Sixers kind of naming it it being named the process and branded, and I mean, yeah, a lot of teams do rebuild. I think you just do it quietly and you say, I don't mind them saying a new era of orange. Like, I don't mind, but that's, I think there was something to, I mean, the process, like that
and it
term
went on
has
forever.
appeared,
They had 3 number 1 picks.
dude, it's been worked into television shows. Like, it was in the show Hacks, they talked about it. Like, it's, I agree with you. I saw the boys play last night, by the way, in Hershey.
Oh, wow. That was last night.
Yeah, well, listen, didn't look great. But listen, here's the thing.
Did you have with the guys? The guys come up?
No, I didn't see them last night. I texted Jonesy a little bit before, but there was a suite that they dedicated for the Flyers execs, and I didn't get a chance to get down there. But it's preseason hockey is a little rough to watch. I mean, a lot of the young kids, TK's throwing passes that the young kids aren't picking up, that sort of thing. But it is good to see them. I know Taka gave them the day off because he thought they looked a little bit tired. The only concern I have, if I even have a concern right now, is goaltending. That's the only, it just doesn't look great. No matter who's in there, it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a 6-5 season. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of 6-5, 6-4 games.
Yeah. So,
Because I think their offense is going to be good.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's kind of interesting. I don't mind saying this. I don't think it was anything like, secret, but I was talking to the Washington Capitals goalie coach last night. He's a buddy of mine. I've repped him for many years. And he told me that looking at the Flyers, I mean, he obviously knows Kim Dillabaugh and he follows the goaltending of the Flyers. He said he just sees that, Ersson getting put in the position that he was because of Carter Hart and not being able to grow on the normal trajectory of a goaltender, he may not recover from that. And he said that Vladar, I'm not sure how you say it, Vladar.
Yeah.
He said that his prediction, he's watched him for a lot of years and scouted him. His prediction is that guy is going to become our number one, and the Flyers fans are going to love him, but give him a chance. He's got a lot of skills. So, that's
He's what, 37?
He's 37. He's in that time period where goalies can start, have a year or two that's off the charts. He thinks he's going to be our number one.
That's interesting. I can say it. I can totally say it. Yeah, that's good stuff. My brother, we love you, buddy. Good stuff. House of Guinness. I'm going to be, I'll text you later. Love it.
Please do. Go Birds, boys.
Thanks, brother. There he is. TV Todd.
Like I said, I just saw someone tweeted out Cody Clemens, since he's been traded to the Twins. He's got 19 home runs.
I know.
19 home runs.
I know.
Which would be third on the Phillies.
Yeah.
And Kyle Neubeck tweeted out, our own Kyle, a quote from Embiid from today's media. I think going forward, we're just going to listen to the body. I'll be honest and say it's going to be unpredictable at times, and that's okay. We're going to work with that.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, God, don't start. I just want to enjoy my Friday. I got a House of Guinness to watch.
He's going to play 20 games.
Exactly. Well, I'm listening to my body.
Listen to the body.
It says, sit down.
Yeah, say 20 and done.
Say, I can't play.
His body says video games.
Yeah. FIFA, here I come.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Time to go back in the day?
Yes.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back. Back in the day with True Mark. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Let's get some mojo going. Let's go back to September. I want to. This is the runner-up. This is my runner-up one. I was going to mention it. Do you remember Jim O'Brien?
The weatherman.
His anniversary of his death is this week, and he died skydiving. One of the funniest.
He was great.
Weather people you'll ever see, and that's him after. The year he died, he opened the vet, skydiving into the vet.
Look at that.
The Phillies were on a run to his 83.
Look at
Phillies
that.
doing a number on the NL East.
That's awesome. It's a horrible story, but looking at the Phillies, it was cool to see the Daily News. That's horrible. Jim O'Brien, he was beloved here.
Yeah. I was going to try. I had one other I sent to Frazier. I was getting some mojo. I want to ask you this. The last time the Eagles won against Tampa, September 25th, Monday Night Football, 2023, one receiver had a touchdown reception. The Birds won 25-11. Jalen Hurts had a touchdown. There were a bunch of field goals. But the go-ahead score was a 34-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts to...
I don't know.
Zacchaeus.
Oh, my God. Zacchaeus.
There he is.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's the last time they won down there, so let's get a little good mojo.
Zacchaeus. Wow.
I
don't even remember.
Zacchaeus.
Yeah, Alamedeus. Yeah. He's still good.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's still playing?
Yeah, he's still good.
He's on the Ravens?
Yeah. No.
Or he was.
Where is he? I just saw him. Is it Baltimore? Maybe it is Baltimore. I just saw him. In fact, he made a couple plays.
Where is he? The Falcons, maybe? Let me see.
He was with Atlanta.
He's with Chicago this year.
That's right.
Chicago.
Right. Yeah, because the other day, Bears Cowboys.
He's got 9 receptions,
he was on the
78
Ravens
yards.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it. Ryan, did you have fun, Ryan? Ryan's a freshman at Rowan.
Nice.
And he's a sports sportsman. We like it. Yeah, get it. Say a word on the thing. What's your Eagles prediction? Let's go around the horn. Ryan, Eagles.
I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Eagles have a lot to deal with when it comes to the Heat. I don't think they're prepared. Obviously, the Bucs, they're prepared for that. I mean, as much as you can be. Kelsey said it on WIP earlier this week. He's like, nobody can prepare for that. It's just you got to hydrate. Last week, I think it's going to be like last week. I think it's going to be a close game. I think we're going to have to expect the offense to pass. I think they're going to have a good game plan to stop Saquon and put a blitz on Jalen. And they're just going to have to run an offense with Jalen running and throwing the ball and getting Goddard and getting AJ involved.
Can you give us a score?
I'll give you. I'm just breaking it down.
I know he's doing.
Oh, man, it's 11
I'm just breaking it all down. Eagles 27, Bucs 24.
All right, 27-24. Ryan says.
Right on, man. Right on.
What do you got, Andrew?
It's going to be a close game. 24-21, Eagles.
24-21 Birds. VG?
Yeah, I don't like doing it, but I'm going to go 30-27 Bucs.
Yeah. I feel the same way. 26. 23.
I feel like it's just the way the season's
going. I feel the same way.
30 piece.
I think you'd see a little lower scoring.
Hey, Futz says Frazier. Oh, Frazier and me. We got 4 years until he's coming for our job, Ryan.
Yes, yeah, really.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for us. Everybody have a great weekend. Chat, we love you. Have a great weekend. All right, be careful. Go Birds. See you on Monday.
We all silly like the mayor.